All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if a stock is worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's get into the live stream. I'm so excited to be back. Man, it's been so crazy. I streamed all day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for the entire day. And so it was a little weird to not be like on with you guys, especially going back to work today. It was so weird, but I'm so excited just to be back with you guys. Man, I see. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm having a good day. Johnson, Cash C in the house. Hope you're doing well. Love them dips, even though I'm averaging up. Johnson, I'm with you 100%. I'm really struggling right now. Like I want these dips are to me, they look so enticing, and I really want to continue to average up. I don't know where I'm gonna find the money though. I'm tapped out with my positions essentially, and I want to continue to purchase, and it's so difficult right now. I'm it's I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If it dips under $10, I don't know. I'm gonna have to really find something and some money to try and average down. Diamond, welcome. Was looking for you, bro. Good to see you. Yes, I'm so excited to see you guys. Like, I wasn't sure. I don't know. The weekend felt like forever for me, and I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, do people even like remember me? It was so weird how I felt over the weekend. I don't know. Maybe I had a long weekend or something, but um, yeah, I was like, man, these people are they're gonna forget about me. Like it was just too weird. But I'm so happy to see. Yes, like people were looking for me. I was gonna do a mention this morning just to remind people that I was not gonna be, I had to go back to my regular job. But I don't know. That was my bad. I should have told you guys. But yes, I think I'm gonna be extremely consistent. I think I'm actually gonna like put it on my page, my stream hours. I'm extremely consistent with this kind of 6 to 9 type schedule, and I think I'm gonna stick with it. I would love to. Hey house, welcome. I think I'm gonna stick with that 6 to 9 schedule. There's not many people streaming at night, and it sucks if you work in the morning like most people do, and you can't really keep up with all the action, and sometimes you got to come back to it and keep it busy. So Mark, hey bro, what's up. House, what's your average? House, I have several different averages on like 3 different brokers, but I got in basically before everything started happening. I've been averaging up. Right now, I would probably say my average across all brokers is probably like $7 or something, just after everything. But I keep on adding to my position, and there's only one way for me to go. But you know what? I'm happy to, because even if I was averaging up at $14, $15, I still think it's worth it. I'm still, in my opinion, I still think at the very worst case scenario, I'll still double my money. So I'm really not concerned about averaging up. But yeah. And yeah, house, I'd love to know your average. I love to know averages, guys. If you haven't told me your average yet, let me know how many shares you have in your average. I love to see what people got it at. Even if I see like $8, $9, especially where it's sitting at right now, I'm like, oh, this is like, it's great. So I just get hyped up. Even if you have one share, I love to see it. You come here, you hang out, you're kind of like a lurker or whatever, I'd love for you to say hi. I want to see who my OGs are and stuff, and who's hanging out with me. So yeah, just let me know. Drop a hi in the chat really quick. Let's take a look. I know I had that article pulled up. We're gonna get to that in a second, but I haven't really been able to look at the charts today. It was so crazy for me of a day. I was slammed at work, and so I'm very excited to hop in. Let's look at one more chat, and then let's hop into these charts. Let's see what happens today. Rocky says, if I buy a call option strike of say $20 and it costs $1, say $1 per share on the contract, does that mean my break even price is 21? Um, Rocket, I'm not exactly sure what the break even price. Typically, whenever you purchase an option, it should say what your break even price is. I'm not sure if it'll allow me to do this. That's the only thing that the thing is. I remember in Robinhood, I think it would tell you your exact break even price, and it made it so easy for you because it factored in the delta gamma theta, and you were able to really see that. So sorry, I'm not able to give you a better answer there, but I'm going to see if there's a way in Webull or an easy way for us to see our the break-even price, or maybe even to calculate the break-even price. So, so I wasn't able to give you a concrete answer there. Trick, 350 shares at $8.25. Beautiful. I'm sure it's tricky for you, if you want to decide if you want to average up or not. But, a lot of people have asking me, people that ask me, hey, should I buy in at, $14? Is it too high? I say, you know what do you think it's going to go to? If you think it's going to go to $50, then $14 is a great entry price, and if it goes down, then average down. Like, that'd be my personal opinion. That's what I would do. Olive, welcome. So happy to see you. Dude, my average down to Olive. I had no idea your average that was that low. Average, Olive Cheeto Man, average down to $60 with 20 shares. Holy, with GameStop, that that is so perfect, and we always, even me, I'm like, man, I should have bought that GameStop dip, but you know what, we all make decisions and we have to live with those, and so that's that. Lurking, I'm a lurker, username checks out. Welcome, so happy, you're here. Tom says 1600 at price per share of $8.16. Amazing. House has 353 at 950. Not bad at all. Still up. You're still up. Javier has 112 at 1190. Might average down with tax returns if it dips more. Javier, smart idea. A lot of people, they underestimate the power of leveraging down. Like, especially if you had, like, let's say a big example. Let's say you were in, even if you were in AMC at $20 and you averaged down at $5, someone was at 5, that's huge. You bought into it because you were convicted in it, and, at that point, when you average down, you don't have to get as high again. And people seem to really underestimate that concept. And even GameStop, if you got in at 400 or $300, it hit like $40, $50 for a week, and that is the time to average down. So, and you can continue to average down, excuse me, over time. But sometimes it's hard to time that bottom. So Eric, hey, Grant, man, I'm loving seeing these regulars, guys. I recognize all of you, and I appreciate the support. Let's talk about these stocks really quick, then we'll get into a little more chat. And yeah, it'll be fantastic. So AMC, you know what? And what's so great about this is, like, look, does it feel good? No, it doesn't feel good. But you know what? Do I feel confident still? Absolutely. Okay. I feel perfectly fine, and we've prepared ourselves for this. Okay. Like, we understand there's going to be dips, but you know what? When in doubt, zoom out, take a look at this 1 month. From $6 to $12, we're up 100% on the month. You can't, guys, you can't ask for anything better than that. Like, I know, yeah, did we wish there was more? Of course, but this is a great looking chart. Look at this level of support we have over here. Let me see if I can get a good line here. Let me see if I can zoom out a little more and see if I can get this ascending level of support. Just a little more macroscopically, maybe I can grab something in here. Even here, look, even if we had this one, okay? I mean, this is a great level of support, okay? And I don't think this is too ambitious. I was going to draw an ascending level of support here because I think we can get enough touch points, but you know what? This is a nice conservative level of support that I'm happy with. And let's see if we have a few lines of support, maybe a new line of support. Could have just been this isn't too bad, hopefully it bottomed out here and we'll continue to average. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 day and see where it is. Okay, so we broke that a little bit, but no worries there at all. Let me go ahead and see if I can get draw a microscopic level of support here. You know what? Can I grab this one? Okay, so theoretically, we would have broken that level of support in the after hours. I am curious where it is going to end, tomorrow. We'll see what happens, I think that we're going to see some good price action. And hey, we could have a few days down, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is going to be fantastic. House, can you explain level of support of it? Yeah, so what we can see is we can see and what we want to see a few touching lines. So let's start with an easier one, right? Let's go out a little bit. Let's zoom out. Let me see if I can find a good level of support over the 5-day mark. Okay, and as you can see, so here's a good example we were looking at last week, right? And so as you can see, we kind of we had a good little run, and then we were here, right? And you can see where we're kind of respecting. You see how I drew these two lines? These are levels of support and resistance. And what you can see here is, for the most part, we respect these levels of support and resistance. So here, the level of resistance is going to be here, let me see if I can zoom. Is this the 5-day? Yeah, this is the 5-day. Okay, this is fine. So as you can see here, it kind of stays within these levels, right? And you can see here that whenever we break here, we want to see if we can come back. And so it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. Level of support, where are we going to have another level of that's going to challenge it? So for example, here, right, this is our level of support, and we kind of bounced under our level of support, and you can see it kind of rips. It kind of gets kind of crazy. And then what you want to see if it comes back and it respects where it was before, because sometimes there'll be some kind of weird, whether you want to say it's market manipulation, whether it's a weird sell-off, coincidental, who knows what it could be, but you typically see it bounce back, and that's what you're looking for. And then here you can see that there's an even line where you can see it kind of runs up and comes down, comes up, comes down, but you can draw this line, and you see how there's like 1, 2, these don't really count, but there's 3, 4, and then you can see another line here. So what you're trying to do is connect these touch points and see if there's some kind of trend that you can see where, yes, it's fluctuating, right? But let's try to like back out a little bit and see if we can find a like a small trend. So some small things in there. Dave, Corey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, you are completely right. Who just said it here? Grant, my boy Grant. Tomorrow we are on the SSR. We did go under 10% in the day. Now, I don't want us to get our hopes too high for the SSR. And SSR, for those who don't know, is the short sale rule. And essentially what happens is whenever they're on that SSR list, then they can the shorts can only short on the upticks. Now, theoretically, that is a very good thing. However, I have seen plenty of days where we are on the SSR list and the stock is still going down. So, everything with we just want to be careful there. I don't want to get our hopes too high and then it's like, oh, what's happening? We know that there's going to be some kind of volatility. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay. So, and that's what we have for AMC. Curious what's going to happen. Obviously down 10% on the day, but it does look like, we consolidated pretty well and started to come up. And as you can see, we were just oversold here. And this is the RSI. So a lot of people like to look at these for the Rocky. Good point. Yep, that's what I was saying. Rocky says the SSR hasn't ever helped. Yeah, it's hard for me to think of a day where the SSR really was a good day for us. But that might be hard to speculate on why that is for us. Now, and you can see here, so the RSI, it was oversold during this time. And as you can see, so the RSI is the relative strength index. Anything under 30 is oversold. Anything over 70, or anything over 70 is overbought. Anything under 30 oversold. Yeah, so that was right. And as you can see, whenever it gets down here, typically it's going to bounce up. And that's what we saw. So it went oversold, then it kind of bounced up and it kind of consolidated for the day. But you know what? This is perfectly fine. We're going to see what happens here. We just got to take it one day at a time and take your time. Trade time says the squeeze will I assume you meant happen eventually, and I am fully confident in the squeeze. I'm not too worried about what's going on. House, yes. So these bottom lines down here are the volume, and you can see when there's a lot of volume here, and when you can see when there's a little bit of volume here. So, and something important to note, I think we put a lot of emphasis on volume, and while volume is excellent, we want to see a lot of new traders, whether getting in the stock and kind of investing in AMC and all that. And we'll typically see that if AMC is having a great day, a lot of people will chase the stock. And while I don't like to chase, a lot of other people will chase, and that can actually help. So, but yes. And, and I guess what I'm getting at with this volume is why we like a lot of volume. Sometimes you can see that volume, look how we were going up, and there was just a little bit of volume here. It was very, very small, under 500,000 for most of these candles. Let's see, this big one was 600,000, but everything else was under 500, like under 300,000 for a lot of these. So something to keep in mind there. Let's take a look at Mohammed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing great, thank you. You guys, how about you doing? Well, I hope you guys are having a great Monday. A lot of people get the case of the Mondays, but not me. It was a busy day at work, but I get a, you think I'd be tired, but I get a recharge with you guys, and I freaking love it. Let's take a look at GameStop really quick. I don't want to neglect our GameStop gorillas. We are all one clan, so very excited to see what is going on over here. Let's go a little more microscopically. Let's go to the 1 day. Excuse me. So on the day at 194.49, down 2.89%. So you know what? Not too bad actually. We've been struggling with that $200 price. Around $200. A lot of just a lot of struggle there. So as you can see, a little dip during the day, but realistically, traded pretty sideways. Traded pretty sideways. Not much of an issue here. And oh, excuse me. And that's it. So it does look like we have kind of it's kind of been descending for the I would say descending level of support for the past few days, and we can kind of draw this trend line here. I have a lot of trend lines on here. I think I'm gonna remove them. Well, let me see if I can get a nice little trend line here. It's gonna be a little sloppy, but we do have here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna draw this and erase it, and then let me see if I can get a better one. Trying to find a nice trend line here. We can kind of go something like this. I might be a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly I want to draw this trend line. I have a few different ideas in mind, but I might be able to go back here and get a little, there we go. This one looks a little bit better, but as you can see, we are currently descending a little bit. We're going to see if anything turns that around. I haven't looked at the DTCC rule updates or anything like that. Like I said, I've been totally slammed, but you know what? We have plenty of time. Let's take a look. We'll get into a few stocks that you guys want to see. Pantry, please, no spamming. I don't know, my friend, I have to tell you almost every time. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, my friend, but you know, let's we got to be patient. All right, let's take a look. So that's what's going on GameStop. I'm very curious to see what is going to happen. Obviously, a lot of stocks were kind of down on the day. You know, a lot of red stocks. After hours looks like they recovered for most of them. But you know what? The stock market as a whole is going to have its ups and its downs, and that's just the nature of the beast. And you know what? I am perfectly fine with this. I don't know what the heck happened to Neos over here. Why this is saying delisted right now. But looks like, is this today? No, this was a few days ago. So I don't know what's going on here. This is not really a stock that I'm following. It just so happened to be on my recently viewed. I'm sure somebody requested it. So I don't know. We're going to see about that one. Something, you know, that I wanted to take a look at is I saw this morning, and man, you know, I'm desensitized to it, but it just infuriates me. It is the ultimate like kind of clickbait because they know what's going on, like what's hot, what's not. And sure enough, they pick probably the most talked about stocks right now or something, you know, some of the most talked about stocks. AMC, GameStop, and Sundial are three, you know, why AMC, GameStop, and Sundial are the three of the worst stocks to buy. And just these clickbait articles are so, I don't know. I don't know if it's frustrating, it's annoying, if it's just if I'm just too sensitive, who knows what it is. But you know, these articles, I don't even pay them any mind. I probably shouldn't even have clicked on it because then they probably think I'm interested in them. I'm reading every single word. But even then, you know, just to be cautious. You know, there's a lot of weird things going on. If you have been keeping up with anything in Wall Street bets, it is getting crazier and crazier. I just want to pull up something really quick that I had seen, and just to address something really quick. Let me see. This is going to be, come on. Some weird stuff going on. Hey, it's Pixel is a very prominent and just, I don't know, renowned member of like Wall Street Bets and what's going on. So some very interesting stuff. And as you can see, so this person, Hey, it's Pixel is just very popular. They said that they were banned. So well, they were banned. They were banned, and it was. I think they were. I'm not exactly sure of the story, but I think it was some kind of auto ban where a lot of people were reporting them, and then after that happened, a lot of people just trying to discredit them, and there's also been a lot of weird things about the posts. A lot of posts now, it's being theorized that a lot of posts are being, oh gosh, there's some crazy things. Okay, so a lot of posts are being just, you know, downvoted, of course, and it's speculated that it's coming from bots. Another thing that's happening that is super scary. So you guys need to be extremely careful about these articles that you read now, because apparently what some of them are doing are they're doing, you know, like AMC hype or GameStop hype, and then what they're doing is they are switching the text. So they're just editing their entire post and coming up with something like super negative, and then now it looks like hey, GameStop is dead or whatever, you know. And and people, it's just been upvoted, so everybody's like agreeing. So we have to be super super careful about what's going on with Reddit. The moderators are doing their best. They're doing a fantastic job. They're trying so hard. I remember, I don't believe that they're paid, so just bear with them. And it's just a scary time right here on Reddit. I haven't been on it too much recently just because I've been slammed, but I did want to bring it to your attention just in case anybody is scrolling around there. Hey Eddie, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. We talked about what happened on the day, and that was it. Where it seems like the sentiment is buy the dip. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And so, yeah, I just wanted to just make sure everyone is super aware of the FUD going on around, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that people are trying to spread. Okay. I did want to pull up AMC. I know we have a weird relationship with Fintel. However, I was curious of what's going on the day. Just if I can see a general direction that things are going. And as usual, AMC, it was weird. I really don't know what to say. It doesn't make any sense the way these things are going. Short borrow fee rate, and that's that. And I see some of the streamers talking about some. Mark says, from my understanding, Pixel and Warden, yes, it was both of them who were banned. I know Pixel was obviously unbanned. I think they were working on getting Warden unbanned, but I'm not sure what the status is on that. I don't know what's going on. It's hard to really speculate what's going on with Wall Street Bets. We have seen these posts where people are talking about Wall Street Bets, of how the moderators or whoever it was, they were studying where these negative posts were coming from, and it was like 99.3% of all the posts were coming from a small area, and were able to track from basically the IP address or something like that. So it's extremely extremely important to make sure that we're just being very mindful, and whenever we read a headline from a website, or even if we're reading stuff on Reddit, that we're just thinking twice, thinking logically, seeing if it makes sense, and checking our sources. Okay, so I just wanted everyone to be super careful, because I know there's some scary stuff going on. I love Wall Street Bets more than I freaking love Wall Street Bets. Reddit is essentially how I get most of my news. But I did want to bring that up really quick. So taking a look at AMC, the short interest, I did see a big streamer today talking about Warden did his thing and was in there for a little bit, and you were in there. Yeah, I don't even know. People nailed Pixel to the cross for his predictions in March. Yeah, and predictions are hard. Whenever we make predictions, I mean, here's the deal. If anyone makes a prediction, it's super important to remember that it is a prediction, okay? And it couldn't come true. A lot of people were super excited for quadruple witching. I tried to temper people's excitement. I obviously took off 3 days for quadruple witching, so I was very excited about it. But even in my videos that I released about what to expect for quadruple witching, I did try my best to prepare people for what is happening, for what may be happening. Okay. And that we could possibly trade sideways or downward, or who knows. But obviously we were hoping we'd go up. We did see some crazy stuff on Friday, that I don't even know if we want to relive. But taking a look here, I mean, here's Friday, and just a crazy morning, and then at the very end it got just absolutely insane with everything that happened. We were at 1410 and took a nosedive out of nowhere, seemingly for no reason, and that's the way it went. Nothing we can do about it. Traded extremely sideways. Very very rare to see AMC do anything like this. It was an interesting day for sure, for sure. But you know what, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I think at the end of the day, we have to see what is going to happen and what is going to be, and it's again back to your convictions. Where do you think everything's going to go? Where do you think we'll be? And so you all know my predictions, and you guys know what I think, and that's that. I have no problem telling you. If you don't know, ask me, and I'll tell you exactly what I think. Okay. Diamond Life said, I knew it wasn't going to be as big as what people were anticipating. At least we didn't plummet, but that's a plus. Yeah, that's a good point. We didn't really plummet. We had some crazy volatility, as was expected for quadruple witching. Whether this was natural or not natural, I'll let you deduce your own conclusion. However, I'll just kind of leave it at that. I don't have my tinfoil hat on today, so I'm not going to get too crazy into the craziness. But just my opinions, okay. And so that's where we are here now. Fintel, taking it with a grain of salt. I did see a very, very large streamer talking about Fintel this morning, and they do say to take it with a grain of salt, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, whenever this number is small, we love it, we get so excited. Whenever it's big, then we don't like it so much. This morning it was at 450,000, and I have it doesn't make any sense why there would be less short shares available. So if they're covering, unless they're I don't know, too much speculation that I don't really care for. Actually, with that being said, I don't think I'm going to look at GameStop on Fintel, just for, I don't want to make anybody nervous or anything like that. We'll just leave it as it is. I have no idea what this button does. Oh, I can search my tabs. Hey, new feature in Google Chrome. Very cool. Very cool. And so we'll kind of leave it like that. But I did want to share just some of that really quick, just so everyone knows where we are. Let's get back to the chat. I would love to talk about some of the stocks you guys have. Kind of, it's kind of interesting now because we don't really have to look at all of the stocks for the day and hop around, see what's going where. Although that is a pretty good time, but whenever it trades sideways, it's not exactly, I guess, the most entertaining thing to see. And so we'll go ahead and see what's going on there. But let's take a look at the chat, see what's going on. Man, I'm getting a lot of love in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's take a look. So let's get a few chats in here. Rocky says, do you think Bitcoin will keep dropping? What are your favorite Bitcoin and mining stocks? I would love to get options, hopefully right before the next push. Rocky, I love your thought process and where you are, especially with the options. I think options are so excellent if you know how to trade them and you know what you're doing. I think I'm gonna have to make a video on options. I get a lot of questions about options, and I want to make sure that I'm explaining it properly and that people understand it, because I don't want people to be confused, and I don't want people to be, I don't want to misexplain it or say something wrong in the moment, and then it's all messed up. So I think I'm going to work hard I'm going to actually write this down. I have a notepad of things I'm writing down. Oh, I did make a Discord. Now the question is, I need to make sure I'm hopping in there. And so I made the Discord. So I have a few different ideas for the Discord, and I can't wait to see what oh, Diamond. We're getting to TCAT. Don't let me forget. We're getting to TCAT. So for the Discord. So okay, so Discord, I have a few cool ideas. I would love for us to kind of hop in there and I don't know, maybe during the day if people want to hang out, and maybe people can send me some articles about I don't know, some stuff. But I have a few different ideas. One idea is going to be kind of one-on-ones with people where people can either talk about their stock. I'm gonna continue to write these down. So Discord ideas. And so I'm gonna bring this down so we can all just see what I'm typing. So one of the things I was thinking is we'll say on ones with Corey, and in there we can you guys can like give me I would love, like, for example, let's say we're talking about Senseonics, right? And let's say you put together a little presentation, or whether you want to present it or you want me to present it. I think that would be so cool to get like the community stuff and just get people involved. I can only look at so many stocks, and you guys, a lot of people like the similar stocks, and if you guys could, like, I don't know, you guys can kind of help each other out. I think it'd be so cool where you guys can say, hey, actually, I happen to know a lot about QuantumScape, and I know QuantumScape is doing this and that, and here's why it's good, and this is why I'm bullish on the stock. And I think it could be so much fun because it could just be a lot more involving, and with my time, I can only cover so many stocks, and I know for a fact I'm missing so many that you guys want to see. So I think that would be pretty cool. So present, we'll say favorite stock. I would also like a section where, like, it would be like, this is my situation, I don't know what that would be called. Individual situations. I don't know, stuff like that. But if you guys have any ideas, hop in the Discord or send me, I don't know, a tweet or something. I don't know. But yeah, this way we can come up with some cool ideas, and we can make sure that we're helping each other out. Let me get back to the rest of your question. I just go on a rant, guys, and I'm not even paying attention. So your question was, do I think Bitcoin will keep dropping? Bitcoin is in a very interesting place. I think it's in a kind of a fragile state right now, because in my opinion, I was actually talking about this with the guys at work, because they both have like some Bitcoin. And what's interesting about Bitcoin is we're kind of getting in a place where I think believe it or not, I really think Elon Musk is going to have a big say in what Bitcoin is going to be worth. Right now, I think Bitcoin is trying to figure out what the value is. If you know anything about gold, gold was, it's always been kind of fluctuating in price, but it kind of settles after some time. But in, I think it was 2008, there was a huge gold rush where the price of gold, I don't know, tripled or something. I really don't know if they could have doubled. They could have doubled or they could have quintupled for all I know. So I'm really not sure what they did, but excuse me, one day they just skyrocketed. And that's what Bitcoin could do. There's a finite amount, and whenever somebody gives it value, then that's a big deal. But you know what? I think what's going to happen for Bitcoin, I'm not sure if they'll keep dropping, but if people, and I've used this example before, if Elon Musk is going to say, hey, one Tesla is going to be worth the $50,000. I mean, one Bitcoin is going to be worth the $50,000 Tesla. Then you know what? He's kind of said, hey, I think Bitcoin is worth this amount of money, and if he thinks that is worth that amount of money, then he's willing to give it value. Then we have to see if others will follow along. And for all we know, he'll say half a Bitcoin is worth a $50,000 Tesla. Then you know what? In his eyes, Bitcoin is worth $100,000, and that could obviously fluctuate. And we all hear the stories about somebody bought a slice of not a slice. They ordered pizza with the Bitcoin. Actually, on the way home today, my father-in-law, he was telling me that he had he one day he bought a cup of coffee for somebody, and the next day, so I guess Bitcoin was around $400 or $600 at the time, and the next day the guy gave him, I think it was 1/100th of a Bitcoin, which equates to $4. And today that Bitcoin is worth over $500 for just that simple cup of coffee that he bought. I had no idea of that story. He literally just told it to me on the way home, and I was like, holy smokes, this is so crazy. So Bitcoin is in an interesting place. I think it is going to continue to rise, but again, we just need more people to legitimize it and say what it is. And so that is my very, very long-winded opinion. You asked for it, I'm going to give it to you. So let's see what else is going on. I did get I told you we would look at, I don't want to forget, it was a TCAT. Bro, what? Diamond. Are you rich? Are you rich right now, Diamond? Are you kidding me? 21 shares at 33.08 of TCAT. Guys, for those of you who haven't been following TCAT, we've been following it basically all last week. And this stock last week was at $5.20, right? And it ran all the way up, and it had a run. I don't chase stocks. So it ran up here, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, I missed it. And then it ran up again, and then it fell, and I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Here we go. And then it just kept running and dropping, and it just, I don't know what is happening with this stock. It could have been a short squeeze, it could have been something. I really haven't looked too far into it. Diamond, if I know this is your baby, so if you happen to know what happened, I don't think there was any news catalyst. If there's any news, I would imagine it was just how crazy of a run it was. But this is potentially some kind of short squeeze that happened, but I'm really not sure. Yeah. And Diamond says TCAT has been going nuts. Would have been nice to get in. And these are the plays that I can't even think about, because you're like, oh, okay, well, I missed it, and then you think, oh man, but I get worse, because I start saying, okay, what if I bought in here and then wrote it up, and then I sold here, and then I bought back in here and doubled my money, and then, and so I get crazy with it. But I just try to say, you know what, great play. At least I know somebody who, the FOMO is real. That is the realest thing that I've ever felt. But Diamond, 208% short interest. Okay, so yes, looks like this was some kind of short squeeze, and who knows, it may not even be done yet. And this is something that I feel like this would be a great kind of case study. I guess AMC, I can't recall what AMC's short interest was, but this is a great kind of case study for a short squeeze. Look how holding for all this time. Look what happens. Big things can happen whenever you hold, and that's what I'm seeing here. So yeah. Mark says to drop the, it should have, I haven't updated it to description. Okay, I will need to add that to my description. I thought it would have been in, I thought I updated my, no, yeah, I haven't updated it. You're 100% correct. Okay, I will need to update the description to make sure I have that Discord link. I will add it in a little bit. Pop says loaded up on grill today. Thanks for the review video. You're welcome. Yeah, hopefully that prints for you. Diamond, yeah, Diamond, you're going to the moon, my friend. I think that $70 million first NFT sale was a catalyst. I refuse to think about that stock. Yeah, this one is hard to think about. You know, all the opportunities, but I don't know. If I would have bought in, it would have gone down. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to think about. I can't even. So let's see what else is going on. I think we had a few more stocks. Have you considered a stop loss? Oh, this is for Diamond. I'll let Diamond answer that question for him. The barcode effect on AMC was short walls. That's what Brando is saying over here. Let's go back to that one day where we can see it, because that was pretty insane right here. This was nuts to see this kind of price action. Can we check out TME? You got it, Olive. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try to keep it as close to the freshest, excuse me, part of the chat as I can. If you put in your request and I haven't read it yet, just put it in, you know, in a nice kind way without spamming it. Spam will basically be ignored, so I wouldn't waste your time with that because it's not respectful to the people in my chat. But TME, let's take a look. Tennyson Music, we talked about this one, but man, I feel like I need to have a little spreadsheet to the side where I can remind myself what these guys do, what they've been doing. Let's look at the 1 month and see what we have. Let's see. All right, good little run. Let me remind myself what these guys do. Operates an online music entertainment platform. Oh yes, the karaoke stuff. Okay, this is very cool. I hope this does well. Is there any specific thing that you wanted me? Earnings came out this afternoon. We should see a little news in the action. Let's see if we have any news here. Q4 earnings, a B and a meat. A B and meat. A B and paying subscribers climbed 40%. Okay, so it seems like the earnings was positive, I suppose. Quarterly revenue rises. Hey, awesome. That's awesome. It's so interesting that this would happen because, you know, whenever I see this what they're doing, and maybe I don't fully obviously I don't fully understand what the company does. And this actually could be one of those great times where we can hop in the Discord and you can say, hey, I like this stock. You know, they had their earnings, and the reason it went up is because of this. Like, oh, it's online music, online karaoke. Okay, because I was thinking if it was actually, you know, in a karaoke bar or something. I don't think that everyone is fully open yet. So, you know, as far as capacity, I don't know what China's situation is currently, especially, you know, this place. But, you know, I thought that they were going to be down because of, you know, bars were closed or whatever. So, pretty crazy. I heard Damon, yes, guys. A few people who are asking. I'm seeing a lot of things about AMC. It looks like some people just joined. We have been looking at AMC. Hey, you know what? They did a little dip. AMC is currently on sale. Get it while you can. Okay, get it while you can. AMC is on sale. Not financial advice. Do it as best for you. But yes, it's on sale. You know, think about what your average is. If you feel like it'd be a good decision to average down, hey, you have this opportunity. So make sure that you're capitalizing on that if you'd like to. Okay, but hey, I'm not too worried about this. We are still, when in doubt, zoom out. Take a look on the 1 month. We are looking very, very good. From $6 to $12, up 100% on the month. I will take it. I'll take it. Absolutely. No problem. James says TAMPX. TMPX. Is that the right ticker? And all women use the same process thinking about buying a dip. I'm not sure if this ticker is popping up for me, James. If I'm not sure, my friend, or if I got trolled. But that is you're not wrong, is what I'll say. If that's what you're saying, you're not wrong. I wonder why it would have gone down. I'm sure it was probably a dip. And if you have this kind of chart, I would take a look. Sarah, that is your call to make about GRIL. I do have the video on it. I think you did see it. So, you know, hopefully that works out for you. excuse me, CHPT. So James, yeah, sorry, man, I couldn't pull it up. I don't know what's going on, but check the RSI, see how you're feeling about it, and it could be a good thing. Dude, you got me so bad. And yes, everyone fell for it. I was hyped up for you. 18% sounds great. You're right about the use of it. So, good. You got me. I don't know what to tell you. I thought you were trolling me, and I was like, nah. Yeah. Okay, let me see. CHPT. Mark, I'll take a look for you in just a moment. Let me take a look at ChargePoint Holdings. And these guys are develop and markets networked electric vehicle charging system infrastructure in cloud-based services. I absolutely love this. Who was that again? Oh my gosh, I already forgot who said this. Rocora. Hey, I think someone else brought this up before, and you know what? I'm not sure if it was you that brought it up, but there was another guy that we had in here, and man, he was so great. He had all these EV stuff like down pat. And you know what? I do like this, and I'll tell you exactly why I like this. But first, let me read the super chat really quick. Dave, thank you so much for the super chat. Corey, great stream as always. You think Zom might be a good buy at these levels? Dave, I will take a look in just a moment. Just one second, my friend. So ChargePoint, here's why I like ChargePoint. And granted, I haven't done too much looking into this company, but what I like about this is, look, network EV charging system infrastructure and cloud-based services. So there's a few different things they can do. Now, if they're doing the actual okay, so there's a lot of things that are going through my mind with this. I guess I'll try to break it down in a few things. If they're doing the infrastructure for like, hey, there's going to be a charging terminal here, and they're going to host like the parking lots essentially for that. That is so smart because, and granted, you're going to have to decide what they do. And if one of these things I say is what they do, then you can deduce what you need from that. But let's say they're doing the actual infrastructure of like, so we have a parking lot and here we're going to host Tesla. Boom, 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 boom. And I don't know how the chargers are going to be. I don't know if chargers have a certain one, if Ford is going to have a certain EV charger, and so on and so forth. So I would hope they're going to be some kind of standardized. At the very least, at some point, I'm sure there will be a universal one where you can, whether it's an adapter or you know how you go to the mall and there's all these like all these charging ports. There's like 10 charging ports on one station, then that could be fantastic also. But I do love what they're doing, and the reason I love what they're doing is because it's kind of like if you sold batteries to electric vehicle companies. Everybody needs a battery. You don't have to just sell one thing to one person. You can sell it to one thing to everybody, and those are my favorite kinds of businesses. So let's take a look here. He says it's oversold. So, and now it does depend on what kind of chart you're looking at. It could look a little oversold here on the RSI on the 1 day. Does look not overbought, but kind of toward that side. I'm not sure which part of the chart you're looking at. Excuse me. Let me zoom out a little bit at 5 day, 1 month. So it does look like that. It may have found a bottom here. And whoever we were talking about supports earlier, we can take a look here. Let's go back to this one. Let's go to the 3 month. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so it has been going down for 3 months. Hopefully it did find a bottom here and it kind of bounced up, and hopefully it's consolidating here. If it continues to consolidate, this could be great. But again, with these EV stocks, what you have to think about is future. What is going to happen in the future? Which way are we going to go? And for this kind of stock, I think you'll be holding it for a while. But you know what? If these guys do some of those things that I'm super excited about, then that could be awesome. That could be really, really good. And Diamond is saying no volume here, and that's a good point. Volume is pretty low, but in 2 years, how far are we going to be into EV? How much of a is this company going to pave its own way and force itself into the EV market where you have to have it? One of my favorite businesses, actually, that we haven't even talked about before, is, do you guys remember Carfax? And there was the CarFox and stuff. That is one of my favorite business models. You know why? And if these guys can do something similar, that's fantastic. Because listen to this. Remember, Carfax they're nothing. That's like if I came up with the Corey report and I started advertising, and they say, hey, is your stock on what is it rated on the Corey report? And what is the Corey report is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's something I made up, and if I talk about the stock, if I say it's good, then people buy it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so Carfax, they basically If you don't know what they are, you basically like, hey, let me see the Carfax on it, and that has a little more clout because it says, oh, this was in the service and blah blah blah. It's just a bunch of information that was probably able to be seen on the vehicle anyways. Because in order for it to get on Carfax, or the Carfax, yeah, Carfax, then people would have to go into the system, log in, and enter it. So you were forced to use Carfax because all of your customers were gonna ask about it. So, I absolutely love that business model. But I think this could be a great stock. Dave, let me look at your stock really quick. I haven't forgotten about whoever it was I said I was gonna look at. Mark, I'll take a look. Mark after Dave. Don't let me forget. Do you think Zom might be okay? Zomedica. I always forget about dang Zomedica and what the heck they do. Pharmaceutical. I love pharmaceutical. Let me take a look at the institutional ownership again. Little on the institutional ownership, but I know a lot of people are bullish on this stock. I can't recall why they are bullish exactly. Taking a look at some quick financials. Let's take a look at the okay. Nothing really here. Marketing and administrative expensive. I'm trying to see if there's anything here that looks good. All right, let's take a look at the chart. Chart is actually pretty close to being oversold, so I do like where it is. You know, it's toward the bottom of there. We'll see where it kind of goes. Let's take a look at is this the 1 month? Okay. So you see how we're kind of trading sideways. So like a good level of support is around here. I like this line right here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw it. We'll say around. Can I get this one? Yeah, I'm going to use this one. And the reason why is because there's a lot of solid points over here. Over here was kind of a dip, but it was really a weird dip. It kind of over dipped, and I'm not too worried about that one. It looks like a freak accident or some kind of weird thing that happened. And so I'm going to look at this. So it does look like we have that here. So this is going to be probably the bottom. Now, it does look like there may be another level of support here. I'm having a hard time exactly picking where I'd want to do it. And so what I would probably do, theoretically, I guess I would choose in my perfect world. Oh, okay, that actually kind of works. So I would choose this one, and you can see we have a lot of points here that it touches. I was trying to get this candle and this candle, which would cause me to bring it up a little more, but then that would put this in a bad spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with where it was here, and so this could be a good spot. Now the question is it gonna bounce? You may want to wait for a little bounce if this is a stock you really want to buy into. You may want to wait for a little bounce just to make sure it's gonna respect this level of support. And granted, with that being said, you know, sometimes what's going to happen is you're going to miss the bottom. But you know what? You'd rather miss the bottom than try to hop on at the bottom, and the bottom just keeps running away from you. And so it's similar. Somebody was we were talking about that in the chat. You know, whenever the squeeze happens, people are like, "Corey, what's your exit strategy?" And you know, and obviously I'm going to continue to monitor it. But somebody else said, they said, "Hey," they said, hey, actually, I'm gonna wait till the top. I'm gonna miss the top, and then I'm gonna buy it whenever it's starting to come down because they don't want to miss the top. And actually, I kind of like that thought process, and I think that kind of applies to this kind of situation. So yeah, could be great, especially if you're bullish on the stock. You know, you always have to ask yourself those questions that I ask, and you know, like where are they gonna be? Yada yada yada. So somebody's saying Zom is dead, you know, and so I would love to know, James. Let's hear your thoughts, my friend. Let's have a constructive conversation about why you think it's dead. You know, what is going to happen to it. You know, why is there some kind of news catalyst that I don't know about? Is there, you know, what's going on? Okay, let me get back to my boy over here. I have not forgotten about you, although I was so scared I was going to forget about it. Let me just take a look. Olive, I know. Olive says, you're gonna have to come up with a name for your group of regulars. I need a name. I need a name. Corey's Cruise sounds like I should be in the Fast and the Furious. Um, I don't know, guys. Too cheesy. I need something so cool. Corey and Gang. Oh, Bobby's just saying hello. Sorry, Bobby. That's all right. That's all right. Let's take a look. Who did I say I wasn't gonna forget? Okay. I got you. I got you right here. AYTU. I told you I was gonna get you, Mark. I told you. AYTU. Biopharma. I like pharma. And it's funny how we can notice these trends, right? Look how these stocks are so similar, both pharma. And granted, I'm not sure if there's a direct correlation or what, but I always think it's so interesting how we see, the market's gonna do things sometimes. Like it's gonna sync up sometimes. I got you, Mark. I see you, buddy. And it's gonna do this stuff sometimes. They're gonna have updates. Look at it. Today was a down day. Today was a down day for everybody. Look, red, and granted, the bottom is green, but those are after hours, so don't worry about that. It looks like Disney was up. Um, UAMI was up, but look, everything else, most things were down. Okay, a lot of things were down. So whenever we have a full down day and AMC's down, I'm really okay with it. Like it was just a down day. It's gonna happen, and that's cool, and that's what's gonna happen. Before we talk about AYTU, James, I appreciate your input. James says the reason why he does not like ZOM is because he says that there's no profits, riddled in debt. Their latest test in the FDA wants nothing to do and won't even take the meeting on. So there we go. And if anyone has a rebuttal to this, if maybe James is wrong or misunderstanding something or something, I appreciate the conversation, and I think it's important for you guys to have this healthy conversation and talk about things like this. And we'll see. Let's take a look. Okay, AYTU pharma. I love it. What kind of pharma are they in though? Is my question. So the company markets a portfolio of prescription products addressing primary care and pediatric markets. Ooh, very interesting. The company's primary prescription products treat ADHD. Okay. And other common pediatric conditions and markets. Okay. So here's what I'll say here. And I'm sure there's some other things. We'll keep going actually. Let me see if there's anything that is different in here than the ADHD medicine that they're kind of referencing. The company's other pediatric products include Carbonyl ER and extended release carbinoxamine antihistamine suspension indicated to treat numerous allergic conditions, and polyviflor and triviflor, two complementary fluoride-based prescription vitamin product lines containing combinations of fluoride and vitamins in formulations for infants and with children with fluoride deficiency. Okay, interesting stuff. I can't speculate too much about those two, about those last few. Antihistamine is obviously pretty interesting, and I don't know. My problem, here's my problem with these products, and this is where we kind of separate. This is why you need to know what is going on with your company and why you may or may not want to invest in them. Okay, as we know, the ADHD market is absolutely huge. Antihistamine. I think of antihistamine like allergy medicine and stuff like that. And now it says treat numerous allergic conditions. I'm not sure if it means like treat for 24 hours like these other antihistamine products do, or what exactly they're doing with that, and what these fluoride prescription vitamin products will do, I guess, for fluoride deficiency. Now here's a few questions. Let's go backwards. How many people have a fluoride deficiency? How many infants? What is the is there a big push right now for fluoride deficiency? Is it going to be super popular? Is it a buzzword right now? Is it not being talked about now, but is it going to be talked about? Things to ask. Another thing, the antihistamine. I think I already asked those questions. There's allergic conditions. Are they being cured forever, or like, are they for kids are they curing things like peanut allergies or what is the medicine that everyone's allergic to? Insulin. Are they curing insulin? Allergies. I really don't know. And those are things that you have to think about. And then ADHD products. So a lot of these markets, in my personal opinion, are kind of saturated. There's a bunch of ADHD products. Now, if this one is better because the kids aren't going to be little zombies or something, then hey, maybe that's a good thing going on. But these are questions that you have to ask yourself. Financials, so looking pretty good. Let's see how their profit is doing on the annual basis. I do like the annual just to get a little more macroscopic. Holy smokes! Look, 1.8 million, 1.6 million, 5 million, 20 million, and this is absolutely huge. And this is fantastic. As long as this continues, this could be a great company. Institutional ownership, 28.16%. Excellent, not bad. The two best friends in the entire world, Vanguard and BlackRock, always together. You know, I'll let you look at the news. These analysts, obviously we always like it when it looks good, and it does look good here. So these are some high analyst price targets. Man, see, this is looking like a fantastic stock. My only issue is, you know, making sure that you can answer these questions about this. Mark, here we go. Thank you, Mark. Let's see. I understand the niche case use, but they acquired Neos and the Neos shares were converted. Neos was working on Helite Tech to treat COVID, and AYTU took over the project. There you go. That's why Neos, I had Neos over here earlier and it said delisted, and I did not know why I was delisted, and now I know. See, it's so important. And look at that. It looks like you have your everything that you have going on. So smart. They're going to be taking over that. Man, great stuff. So smart. And this could be a great stock. You know, it looks like the chart setup is looking pretty nice. On the 1 day, you know, down. I wonder if it did hit. It looks like it did hit that 10% for the day, considering where it ended. So probably on the SSR list for tomorrow. So hey, this could be a really good stock. I'm personally liking it myself. I do need to answer a few of these questions, but hey, I actually really like this stock. If you're bullish on it, could be a great play. Let's see. James, you got your ZOM at 55 cents, sold at $2. Dang, yeah. Hey, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Great little move there. Looks like James back to ZOM saying, just better investments out there than ZOM. If you have money to just throw away what can happen, then try to get back into ZOM whenever it's a little bit lower. So I appreciate the thoughts and you know, your opinions. I did have one. Somebody's asking why is it YRT? What are people asking for? Why? Let me see. Olive, I did not get into GE today. I was hoping on. Did I get into GE today? No, I did not get into GE today. I wanted to get into GE today. However, I missed. Let's look at the 1 day. I did miss my entry point this morning. I would have gotten in over here, down here at the $13 strike price, so I could have ridden it up. However, I did miss my entry point. Being at work, I didn't have what is this thing? Webull there. I had it only on my phone, and I think I just missed it completely. But I wish I did get in, of course, because if I would have gotten in, I would have been up, you know, a good amount on the day, and probably would have doubled my money again. So that's all right. I think I'm going to continue to look out for it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And you know, this morning again, I'm looking at these indicators. Look how low it was. It was oversold on the RSI, and that's why I wanted to buy in. I knew it was potentially a play. So James, actually, wait, James saying GE is another stay away. Actually, I played a GE on Friday for a crazy swing. I did an option on it just to show people how options work, and I was like, you know what? I think I see an opportunity. So what I did is, as soon as GE hit $12.99, I actually bought in with a $13 call, right? And it was only 14 bucks. And so I went ahead and bought in, and then toward the end of the day, it went all the way to 13.30 or something, 13.35 or something like that. And I actually sold it for almost 150% profit. Granted, it was only 14 bucks that I paid for it. So, but I did over double my money there. It was a pretty neat little swing. So I was thinking about doing it on a much larger scale, and today could have been my option to do it. And if I would have done it and sold out, just not being greedy, just getting in and out, I probably could have doubled my money again easily. So pretty interesting. YVR. Okay, that's what people are talking about. People have been asking about YVR. I don't know why everyone's talking about YVR today. So let's take a look. Okay, let's go back to the 1 day. Let me take a sip of water really quick. Thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate everyone hanging out here. If you guys are liking the content, drop me a like. Consider a sub. All right, let's take a look. So YVR, Liquid Media Group. I covered this. It's so funny. I recognize the tickers and then I don't remember what the companies do. It is at least this one is a short read. So they are a company-based company engaged in internet service business sector. The company is vertically integrated in global studio producing content for all platforms, including film, television, gaming, and virtual reality through its network of shared services, multi-platform, multifaceted entertainment, and an intellectual property aggregator dedicated to bringing the content to the world. I love all of these verticals that they're in. Absolutely fantastic. Film amazing, television amazing, gaming is growing, continuing to grow, virtual reality continuing to grow. I love every single one of these verticals. A lot of money to be made here. Some are already big, some are just continuing to get bigger. Television, I think, continuing to grow with all of these things coming out. So obviously depending on what aspect of film and television they're in, but gaming and virtual reality, so much space there to continue to go. So now the question is, why are people so into this stock? Let's take a look at the 3 months. So, okay. Excellent. I'm so glad we're looking at this. We know my rules. I'll show you my rules and then you make the decision for yourself. Rania, thank you so much for the $2.99 super chat. I appreciate the support. And I appreciate you. So taking a look here, the question is this going to continue to run? I don't know the situation. I'm not sure if there was, if there was a news catalyst that set this off. Could be a few different things that happen. Now but that's the question. This is where you are the expert and I'm just, a simple man taking a peek, taking a gander. So taking a look here, it is up 30%. It looks like on the day. And it continued to run in the after hours of another 14%. So not bad at all. From where did this start at? We'll say 320 or whatever around there, and up to, the question is this going to continue to run in the morning? A lot of times, whenever it runs at night, oh, take a look here. Boom. Here's a good example. Look, in the after hours, it ran. And in the pre-market, it ran again. So you could have another run in the morning, but that is going to be your call to see if it's a good play. But as we can see here, here's the counter argument. It started to dip in the after hours, and then it dipped more in the pre-market. So, it could go either way. However, some of these stocks, if you are anticipating, I'm not sure if this is a squeeze or what, then could go up. Now, I saw someone mention it in the chat here. Please just exercise caution. You don't want to be caught in a pump and dump, okay? That's not what you want to be caught in one bit. You want to be super weary about those. This pump and dumps will get you. And then you're bag holding, and then what? Are you gonna hold and hope for another run? Are you gonna cut losses? So just be super careful. Now, granted, take a look here. It had a run, and look, it was super healthy. Let's do a Fibonacci retracement. It's been a while since we did one of those. I'm actually gonna do let me just draw this here and then remove it, and I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit. Let's look at the 5-day. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what we're looking at in the Fibonacci retracement. And we'll go ahead and grab it from this one. Solid retracement, a 50% retracement, picture perfect as far as it came back. Granted, if we would have ran it to this, and we could have taken it from a different run. So let's take it from a different angle from this one. And this one, this is fantastic. This first one retraced 50%, okay? So you know what? This is looking like a pretty good stock, a lot of support. And then it kind of retraced back, and now it is continuing to hold. So as long as this continues to hold, this may be a new bottom. And again, I would just monitor it very closely, make sure it's not going to fall, okay? Gonna be scary. Somebody says, look at the sell-off at market open. Right, so I mean, I guess for this, if you're talking about this one, I mean, I don't know if I'd consider this a sell-off. I mean, I guess at the very, very beginning of market open, yeah, it dropped to $2.90. But other than that, and it's almost $3. So from $3.25 to $3. So not too bad. I guess it's a smaller one, but keep in mind, Mark is saying, so if you're holding at YVR, consider selling at market open. Yeah, I mean, again, I just continue to watch it. I would probably, if I had this stock, I would personally probably be there in the pre-market, just making sure there's not any kind of crazy like drop, and just making sure that, you know, if it starts to fall, I don't know, if it starts to just free fall, that you consider your play. Prior day, it was this today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This drop. If you're talking about this drop, then yeah. You just want to be careful of this. And sometimes in the pre-market, it'll continue to run, and then at open, it will free fall, and then boom. Now you're all the way down here. You went from $4 to, you know, $2, or, you know, $3, I guess, 450 to 3. So just you know, that's what I say. Keep an eye on it. All right, let's see what else we got going in the chat. Personal opinions. I love the stock talk. Let me see. Actually, there was someone in here. Chan, were you the one talking about the I saw Chan in here. Chan, were you the one in here talking the other day about, what is this stock called? CHPT. There was someone in here. I can't remember who you were. And you were talking about all these EV stocks. You had, like, there was someone who was basically an expert on all the EV stocks, knew about QuantumScape, knew about the CHPT, knew about like who's coming out with what. It was actually pretty impressive. And so, and some people do that, you know, don't be afraid. I know a lot of people want to be in all these stocks. We want to talk about, you know, obviously AMC and Gamestop are kind of a unique situation, but, you know, some people are just in one industry. They're in pharma, you know, and you can even break it down into something smaller. You can even break it down into, you know, I'm just going to be in optical. I'm just going to be in, you know, I don't know, just one. Even you can break it down even smaller, and this way you just know exactly what's going on, who's coming out with what, and what is going to be the best plays. And so things to consider. And, you know, some people are just going to be in EVs. Some people are just going to be in maybe like the gaming ones. So find out what you're passionate about, what you like talking about, and you can really hyper focus on that. And especially for pharma. Oh my gosh, I've seen people who, that's what they do. They just know about all these pharmacy ones, and they just keep going. Hal wants to know if anybody's StockTwits app is working. Olive says lots of talk about GME and after hours spike. Oh right, I forgot to look at the GME after hours spike. Let's look at the 1 day. I'm not sure which after hours spike people are referring to. What's going on with this sad line? Is this one I was testing? Okay, well, I touched it now, so I'm gonna have to delete it. Interesting. Okay. Photography and finance. I'm only in disruptive innovation. There you go. Pick your thing. Grant, great advice about honing in on one industry. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's a good way to think about it, guys. Like, it really is just picking an industry. If you like, you know, I love technology. Like, I would love, although it's very difficult to understand what BlackBerry was doing. It's so interesting, you know, and keeping in mind, you know, BlackBerry, I think, is going to be a great long-term stock. They have a, remember, they're working with Amazon, and I think if Amazon and them come out with like, I would not be surprised if Amazon said, hey, we're partnering with so and so to come out with fully autonomous cars that are gonna drop off your packages, you know, or something like that. Like, that wouldn't surprise me in one bit. And while it may be out in the future, that's a long-term play to really make some serious money on. Looks like Rob wants to know about AESE versus CSLGG. AESE, Allied Esports. See, esports I think is going to be big. There's a lot of different games, a lot of different esports. The problem is, you know, some games are bigger than others, so, and you know, who's going to make a lot of money? League of Legends, for example, makes a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made in like League of Legends esports, like the LCS. I don't know who's in charge of the LCS or what, but there's a lot of money there. And then you have other games that aren't making so much money, like I'm sure, I don't know how much the Apex, you know, Apex Champions, how much their prize pools are, but I doubt it's higher than League of Legends. But you have to see who's gonna grow. And even then, they don't have to specialize in one game. Let's say they're the League of Legends, but you know what? Whenever the next big game comes out and everyone's playing that way and that one, then everyone hops on this. I remember MLG was the big one, but I don't even know if I'm sure they're still around, but obviously they're not making as much as the League of Legends one, like the LCS is. So, good question. So let's take a look at this one. This one is AESE, Allied Esports Entertainment. Let's take a look at the profile. Well, we know what they're doing, but okay, this is actually pretty interesting. So let's see. The company is focused on providing transformative live experiences, multi-platform content, and interactive services to audiences worldwide through its entertainment brands, Allied Esports and the World Poker Tour. Its Allied Esports is an esports company comprised of a global network of dedicated esports properties and content product facilities. Guess what am I? It is focused on connecting players, streamers, and fans around the world through integrated arenas, including its flagship revenue HyperX Esports Arena in Las Vegas. Oh, I didn't even think about it, guys. Esports arenas, man, I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty smart. Its fleet of mobile esports trucks, Smart Again, and HyperX esports trucks, and affiliate member of the Allied Esports Property Network. That's another one. A network of esports is going to do a network. That's huge, which serves both competition and battle round for everyday content generation hubs, World Poker Tour. So this is actually pretty interesting. So it looks like they're already working with HyperX, which HyperX actually, I have their headphones. I use their headphones, and they're actually phenomenal. They're so freaking good. They're wireless. The battery lasts forever. They sound great, and I love them so much. Now, yeah, so it looks like they do. So great, good question, Mark. They do esports and they do poker, like World Poker, Tour, and that actually sounds super familiar. If that's the one that I think it is, it's like huge. These are so big, and so poker by itself, it could be a whole poker company, and they would make a lot of money, I'm sure. See, this is fantastic. This is kind of stuff. Let's see if they have any kind of financials, some kind of annual financials, gross profit. So it looks like they may be relatively new, maybe not a profit just yet, but there's a lot of money to be made in here. Everyone knows you don't even have to be into esports to know esports is getting big. And you know what? Even through the pandemic, they're really not doing too bad. They've been holding strong. They've been trading. They've been I would say neutral as far as their profits go. Not really gaining profits, but not losing profits either. And this is during a pandemic. They weren't able to operate their trucks or this arena most likely. So you know what? That means that they've been increasing during this pandemic. Excuse me. And I love that. That's heck yeah. These guys are doing stuff. And taking a look at the institutional ownership, 31.13%. Esports is the future. Okay. Think about ESPN, guys. ESPN is going to have a competitor for esports. Remember at one point at ESPN, I don't know if it was on ESPN2 or real ESPN. There was like a small point where they were having MLG tournaments playing on those channels, and it was incredible. It was being recognized as a sport, and I really appreciated that. So this is the analytics for the analysts. I typically don't agree with the analysts, I guess, unless it's in my favor, but I feel like this is conservative. Taking a look at the chart setup, let's look at the 3-month, and hey, having a good little run. Is this gonna end? I don't know if this is gonna end. They might come down a little bit, but solid little retracements that have been happening. I do feel good about the stock. As far as and keep in mind, we're opening. The economy is opening. I was talking with my coworker today, and we didn't agree on this, but I feel like the economy is opening, and with stuff opening like that, these stocks are going to continue to go to all-time highs. And he was talking about like cruises and stuff like that. He doesn't think they're going to get any higher, and I wholeheartedly disagree with him, and I told him that in a respectful way. I said, no, I think they are going to continue to grow. Think about Zoom, and the companies that I think aren't going to be doing too well anymore. And I don't think by no means are they going to plummet, but the ones that have been doing really big, I don't think like, you know, Zoom, all the ones that got really big during, and they kind of had to transition into all the stocks that did really well while we were closed. I feel like they're going to start to back off a little bit. They'll probably continue to grow, but I think they're going to slow down a little bit. And but that's just kind of my personal opinion. Either way, I'm more of a bull than a bear. So either way, I would kind of just ignore those stocks. I would be more interested in jumping in the stocks that are, I know are going to go up, are going to continue to go up. Even Disney, look at this run that Disney has had. But you know what? Their parks are barely open right now, from my understanding. Like, I don't know where Disney is right now, but I think, well, I can just type it because I'm smart. So take a look at Disney on the max. Look, these guys are at all-time high. Look how high they are, and they're all-time high. And the parks aren't even fully open yet. We're still in quarantine. Like, I think that this is going to continue to run. I really do. I'm curious of what it was for the 1 year, because this is one of the stocks I thought about buying in. And I made better returns on other stocks, but great return on your investment if you would have magically found the bottom. But I think this stock is going to continue to grow as the economy opens, as well as cruise stocks. So back to this one. I know you wanted me to compare it to a different one. I lost the ticker. I lost everything because I get so passionate about everything going on. Let me see if I can find the other ticker again. Was it S Super? It was a Super. Is it Super Gaming League? Super. Yeah. Haha. Okay, well, let's take a look how they look on the 3-month. Continuing to run. They're both continuing to run, you know. And what you have to keep in mind is, you know, which one do you like better? Who's having, let's see, do these guys have any financials? Oops. Oh, look at this. A news article just came out. Super League Gaming raises an additional 13.6 million from secondary share sale at discount. Hey, you know what? And this is something that's actually a good point. Look how this is a positive news article. They raised all that capital from selling additional shares. You know, I know we have the AMC stockholders meeting coming up, and we don't want them to add additional shares. But you know what? With the additional shares, as we saw, is they can actually raise more capital that way. Now, what's going on with everything with the naked shorts and all of that stuff, it's kind of weird, and that's mostly the reason I didn't want to vote yes on that. But you know what? It's important to keep in mind that there's probably a reason that they're doing this, and so things to consider. You know, whenever I see that, you know, hey, they raised a lot of money, and think about all the good they're going to do with that. Imagine what these guys could do to that. So. Backhand says, hey Corey, will you be streaming during market hours at all this week? Unfortunately not. I'm back to my full-time job, and like I said, I took off last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday just to hang out with you guys, and but unfortunately that was short-lived. But hey, you know what? If I blow up somehow and everything starts to take off, and I don't even have to be at Trey's number. If I have, you know, 50,000 subscribers, I probably would be able to do this full time. And then I could hang out with you guys all day. And then we could really dive deep into every single person's, essentially their personal stocks that they want to take a look at. But I digress. You know, first we gotta just keep grinding, keep our head down, and just keep at it. But I am going to be extremely consistent streaming at night. I'm going to try to stream from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central every day. So, you know, we have that at least for now until we can make some kind of transition. So taking a look at the profit, let's look at the annual profit just to compare apples to apples over here against SLGG. Now, SLGG, AESE, that one was a little hard to see. So I guess we didn't have that apples to apples there, but let's look at the profit. Profit continuing up, you know, nice, steady, even growth. Okay. And that's exactly what I like to see. Let's look how they did during the pandemic. And during the pandemic, they still continue to grow. I do like SLGG a lot. They did continue to grow. Now the question is, you know, this is a little bit different. I don't think, and if you're into esports, if you're bullish on esports, I'll say this. I don't think that this is a one or the other. They're pretty different. These guys aren't doing the poker one. These guys are doing League of Legends, you know, Minecraft, Clash Royale, Super League. So they're doing different things. And on top of that, you know, what if Allied Esports is going to be, you know, different sector, but they're just as good, you know? I feel like I wouldn't do one or the other. I personally, and I don't know if you even have a position or if you're thinking about taking a position or what, but, you know, I like both of them. I wouldn't limit myself. Granted, of course, one of them is going to do better than the other, most likely. The question is, which one do you want to be on, And if you want to pick one, hey, pick one, and you're going to have to live with your decision. Um, and I know that's the worst answer you want to hear, but I like both of them. They're in different things. And I will say, if Allied can steal some of this market share, continue to grow, maybe they'll have a little bit bigger growth. Maybe these guys are gonna skyrocket because they're already so big. Especially, hey, having League of Legends, we all know that game is huge. Clash Royale, those guys are doing pretty good for them too. And these guys, if they really are doing these LCS tournaments, big deal, big deal. All right, let's take a look at the other parts of the chat. See why I take so long, guys? Like, see if I get behind in the chat, I just start rambling and I get so excited about these different stocks and I start brainstorming and thinking, and I just love it. I mean, I just want to keep going. I could talk, especially gaming. If you've been here for a little bit, I love gaming. I'm so happy to see how far it's come. Whenever I was doing it, everyone, it was like, I don't know, more lame and even less money. So, yeah, but I'm very excited to see where it is. Hopefully, we'll be on Korea's level one day. Korea, man, these guys are in love. Oh, Rob, you have a position in both. Awesome. Hey, I think it's a good play. Personally, I really do think that's a good play. I hope it prints for you. Obviously, it's a longer play, and I'm sure you understand that. I'm sure you're ready to wait. But you know what? I like it. I really do. Oh yeah, let's take a look at all the money in let's see, all the money YouTube makes from taxi streamers. How Google can be down. How can Google be down? Oh, I don't know. If you want to talk about one of the greatest, okay, so I'm like a business major. I have a marketing degree, and so we do a lot of case studies. We learn a lot of things, but I guess I didn't really learn this one on in school. But Google, holy smokes. Let me show you guys something really quick on Google, because now you got me on a thing. Google, okay, of Google's profits are Google ads. Take a look at this. Is it no, it's not 90%, is it? Is this in billions? Yes. Okay, let's put it this way. So, okay, we all know Google has ads at the top. You'll get an ad whenever you search for something. So take a look. In 2019, Google made $134 billion from their ads that they have at the very top of Google. Now, just to break this down for you, remember Google, and I don't want to take a single thing away from Google because it is so impressive what they built and everything. Granted, they're like tracking our every move, and who knows what they're doing with that information, and it's probably a little bit scary. And but that's a whole different story. From a purely business standpoint, Google made 134 billion from a service that they literally created out of like thin air, essentially. That's like me. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's like it's like everyone has to go through Google. You know what I mean? And so if you want to be at the very, very top of Google, yeah, just pay us. And whenever someone clicks on your ad, just pay us, some clicks, because I work at a marketing agency, depending on your industry, some clicks for one click is over $100. So if you click at the very top, and that happens to be for, it depends on your industry, of course, but let's say you're at the very top of this list right here, and I click here, and you have to pay $100 for me to click on here, and you hope that I buy something. So some very, very, very interesting things that happen with Google. But I always talk to you guys about the business models that I love, and this is an extremely, extremely, extremely impressive business model of what they were able to create. Because this money is essentially, I don't know, I don't want to go too far into it, but wow, it's super impressive. Junior, great question. And we can all make our own conclusion about this. Junior says, is AMC done? My friend, if you feel like I'll tell you're gonna have to deduce your own opinion here, but in my opinion, I don't think AMC is done. Not in the slightest. Okay, I don't think AMC is done. Um, and you're gonna have to make that own decision for yourself. AMC, let's put it this way: AMC is no longer going bankrupt. The economy's opening. Vaccines out. Um, People can't wait to get out and do anything in the world. All these Wall Street bets, people are loving AMC, and they're gonna go out of their way to go to an AMC theater instead of a different theater. Um, I don't know. You tell me. I'm obviously very, very bullish on the stock. I do have a large position, very large position in AMC, and I feel like they are going to continue to go up. And if we're at the end of the year and if they were at $40 at the end of the year, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sounds about right. And that's my opinion. That is my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised. Jeremy, why did GME spike to 372 for a minute at 6:04 this evening? Okay, a lot of speculation as to why something like this would have happened. As you can see, I don't think I'm seeing this on my chart. It was at what time again? 6:04. Yeah, obviously I'm not seeing anything on my chart. Now there's a lot of speculation as why something like that happens, and what they're talking about is, sometimes you'll see a spike, like you'll see like everything looks like this, and then you'll see a candle that goes all the way up here. You might be able to see it in, if we go to, let's go to, yes, perfect, and this is probably where a lot of people see it. So a lot of speculation as to what this is. If it's a glitch, it could be a what is it called? Not a stop loss hunt, but a, okay, I'm drawing a blank as to what the name is, but essentially if someone has a sell, like a sell limit or whatever here, and they'll see, hey, where will this trigger automatically? So a bunch of different opinions as to what that might be. Really hard to speculate. Obviously, I'm not seeing it in Webull. It could be a system glitch. It's so hard to speculate as to exactly what that is, but I'll just kind of leave it at that. We've been seeing this for months on AMC and GME, so again, just super tricky to try and decide exactly what it is. Kevin says I'm going to sell at AMC when it hits 40. There you go. You can find it on Fidelity, Robinhood, and Yahoo. Yeah, I found it on Yahoo. Thank you. So yeah, again, just so tricky to speculate. Obviously, it didn't stay there. Maybe one person did get their shares filled at 372. So you have those limit orders, those limit sells. Hey, this is why people are saying set your limit sells to 1,000. Imagine if everyone imagine if this really is them searching for limit sells and everyone has it at $1,000, and you get filled at $1,000 really quick. I wouldn't mind that. But again, super hard to speculate at exactly what that is. A lot of people have been noticing it. Hard to say. All right, stock. Thank you for letting us know, my friend. I hope everything goes smoothly for you. Rob says, I feel AMC, regardless, is at a comfortable level given pre-COVID, comfortable, I think, price given pre-COVID levels. There's no FOMO if you realize this is a solid recovery support level. Yeah, fair enough. Bobby says, if AMC hits 40, then I'm going to kill it with options. Yeah, options can be, guys, options are a great way to leverage your money. If you're bullish on a stock, but be very, very careful. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be ready for it. Kevin says you are dreaming. I'm not sure if he's talking about my AMC prediction, but hey, I like the stock. What can I say? Olive says, guys, this is Cheetos Man. I've changed my name and picture, and I'm official now. Oh, okay. Hey, Olive. Okay, man. Oh man, I had you recognized before, but now I'm not gonna be able to recognize you. Oh boy, Olive. Okay, I'll try to remember that's you, Olive. Boy, oh boy. Mike says, "What is your position on AMC?" So, Mike, I've been in before the squeeze happened. I just got kind of caught up in everything, and essentially, probably I have positions in 3 brokers. So probably I would probably assume that my position is probably around $7 a share or something. I do have a over 30 contracts though. So I'm over 30 contracts at a $2.50 strike price. That was out of money at the time. So I'm doing very well. Mike, I'd love to know your position if you haven't shared yet. Mike says bought AMC and Grill Friday. Hopefully it works out for you, my friend. Okay, so Chan says, I'm already warning people in the Webull account about AMC will going to drop, and people just laugh at me. Said clown, we're GME 2. Price could reach $100 to 50, 1 to 150 in a few days. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I think people are ready for it. If you think the squeeze is going to happen, you're not worried about it. You're going to have dips, and you're going to buy the dips. If AMC goes down to $5 a share, it's going to be, I don't know what I'll do, but I will 1,000,000% be buying as many shares as realistically, if it goes down to $5 again, I'll probably liquidate all my positions, whether it's a loss or a gain, and go into AMC. That's how bullish I am on the stock. I would just liquidate everything. I'd be 100%, essentially, except for probably a few stocks that I just love and I'm in a really good spot with options or whatever. I'd probably leave those, but other stocks, yeah, 100%. I would liquidate everything else essentially and go all in. Mark got in at $2.20. Sitting pretty, huh? Sitting very pretty, averaging up. But you know what? It's worth it. I'll take the average up. Mark, whenever you take a second, can you please look at huge? Is this another prank? Okay, not a prank. Let's see. It's another pharma company that I jumped into. They're veterinary. Got a deal last week for some FDA approved cat and dog medicine. Cat and dog medicine, guys. That is two most common pets. That's money. That's what I hear. Let's see. Any kind of profit? No real profits yet. No problem. No problem with no profits. But again, make sure. What are they? Why don't they have profits? What are they doing? It looks like they're doing a lot of R&D. 7.8 million in R&D, which is great. They're investing in themselves. And you know what? Whenever time comes and they're happy with their products and then they launch their products, then you know what? That's when the money comes. And they're going to continue to research products and get everything out. But at the beginning, whenever they're starting, whether they're just starting out, it looks like this company may be, since 2016. So they're maybe not starting out just so fresh, but it does take a while for them to generate these products and turn it into income. So, just making sure you're taking a look at exactly what's going on. Taking a look at the profile. So, what? Canada-based. Okay, so they're a Canada-based company engaged in the cultivation of cannabis. Is this the right company I'm looking at? It says the company through its wholly owned subsidiary FV Pharma operates as a authorized licensed producer of cannabis for medical purposes. In addition. Sorry, cannabis. I was reading the thing. In addition, the company also owns stakes in Canera, which specializes in indoor cultivation. Oh, indoor cultivation. That can be pretty cool. I wonder if that's like hydroponics where they grow like the plants indoors. Very cool, because hydroponics is actually super interesting. If you ever looked into it, you can have like a little, I want to call it a refrigerator, but like a little, I don't know what they're officially called, terrarium, or I don't know what it'd be called, but it basically looks like a little refrigerator, and you can have it in your house. And it's actually pretty cool because you can kind of open source. Well, I don't know if it's open source. You can get people's recipes. So for example, let's say you're growing tomatoes and you want to have a super sweet, super juicy tomato, right? Then you can say, hey, this is my recipe. So I had the UV light on for this amount of time, and you can kind of set it and forget it. It's so interesting what they're able to do with these things. So imagine if you have a little thing, you set it and forget it, and whenever you're done, you can have perfect tomatoes every single time, just inside your house. If it rains, if it snows, you don't worry about it. And if they can do something like that with cannabis, and granted, I think this is the wrong stock, but I'm on a rant, and I'm not going to stop. So if they can do something like that with cannabis, where they're like, hey, this THC, this is the optimal THC for this plant or whatever, however it works, and they can do that. Holy smokes, like that's a next level. So if this company right here, even though it's not your cat and dog company, I don't know what happened there, if they can do something like that with this indoor cultivation, if that is what that means, then that could be fantastic. I don't know if anybody has huge, but could be a great stock. I don't know if I got trolled. Who was this? Who was this? Mark. What happened, Mark? The description. Okay, the description is totally off. That's why I'm second guessing. Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, so description is off. I don't know what's going on here. Some kind of confusion, and that's okay. We now you guys got a great in look into huge, and you know what? I like the stock. Hopefully, like little runs. I don't mind these. I don't mind these. Some sometimes I think about, like, theoretically, how it has these runs, and this isn't based on anything. This is actually like, please don't do this. But sometimes I think about, okay, look, that had a little spike here, right? Okay, that had a little spike here, right? So every I don't know, few weeks they have a spike. So I always wonder, if I were to buy in, and let's say I buy in here and it spikes again to $4 and I double my money. I wonder if that would be a good little play. But that is, don't do that. Sometimes I'm just thinking out loud. All right, all right. Happy Feet says AMC will rebound to $15 by the end of the week. Hey, I love the prediction. I am bullish on the stock. I like the stock, but you know what? If it doesn't rebound, if it drops to $10 at the end of the week, I'm still holding my position. I like it a lot. Chan says I will rebuy AMC around $9 or $10. If the price down goes below, I'll buy more. Absolutely. And Chan says it will go down. And you know what? It is. It's going to go up, but it's going to go down. And as it goes up and down, I will continue to buy. And that's well, how I want to play it. I just want to continue to buy, continue buying the stock, continue playing the stock, because I believe in the company and I believe in where it's going. I believe in the direction. And that's what I say. Sucks, but I'm okay. I use Fidelity, but Robinhood for options. Diamond says I wouldn't touch based on technicals. Right, yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm not really looking too much at the technicals. So obviously, and here's the deal: this stock is pump and dumps. It looks like, people get hyped up and then it dumps. Now, granted, are they coming up a little bit? I guess from back here, they pump and then they this one held pretty well. Kind of climbed up and then held, and let's see. Really just depends. Yeah, it could be a little bit scary. I don't think you'll lose. I mean, maybe here you'll lose money, but at like $1.50, I don't think you'll lose money. The question is, will you gain any money? Or which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna go in any direction? So something to consider. Yes, you cannot buy options for TCAT. It looks like there are buy only. I don't know if I still have TCAT on here on the side. Maybe I'm just missing it. Here it is. Yeah, there are no options here. So I'm going to clear a few of these out. I do like some of these, though. Okay, here we go. I just want AMC and GME to be at the top so we can take a look and see exactly what is going on. James says we need Fidelity to buy 5 million more. Hey, great point. Thank you for reminding me about that. Guys, remember, Fidelity bought in AMC at over $13. And you know what? If they bought in at over $13 and they're feeling good, they were confident enough to buy in at $13, I'm pretty cool at holding at my, I'm pretty cool holding. So, big deal. Jose Delgado, not for nothing, but have you looked at the daily chart? Is on a downtrend. This is a good point. So thank you, Jose. That's a good point. I had not looked at the daily chart yet, and I have closed the thing. I remember the ticker was HGE. So let's take a look. Obviously, this was a mistake, one that we had looked at. So not the best, but and yes, it's on a downward trend. Again, I don't think, excuse me, I'm not gonna buy into the stock. If you want to buy in, that's your prerogative. However, I would be a little bit careful buying in around this this point currently, I don't think this is the bottom, just based on what we've seen previously. And I don't know if it'll hit that like $1.50 mark again. I would feel personally a lot more comfortable buying in at the $1.50 mark, but I wouldn't really buy in. Realistically, if I was going to buy into the stock, um, I would personally probably just put my money elsewhere, but I also don't know what they do. If they're doing, if they really are doing, indoor cultivation, aka like some kind of hydroponics or something, then that could be actually pretty cool. But it really just depends on a lot of different factors. But I will not be taking a stake in this company personally. I don't know. I guess I'd rather put my money in AMC or something. Chan, my account just doubled today. Feels really good. Hey, Chan, what stock? YVR? Oh, was that the one who had the run today? Yes. Okay. So yeah, hey, feels good, man. So the question is, where's it gonna go? Be very, very careful. You'd hate for that to go, from doubling to being, cut in half times two. So just be careful. And people forget to take profits. Take profits. It's hard not to be greedy, but make sure you're taking a little off the top. Okay. In my personal opinion, it's hard for me to follow that rule also, but if you can play with the house's money, just the money that you earn, and you take out your original investment, it could feel a little bit better. Oh, TCAT. Oh, TCAT is what got you. Oh, man, you hopped in. See, this is what I get. I get scared, and you know what? I'm still not gonna hop in. This could continue to hop in every day. I mean, this can continue to run, and I'm too scared. I'm too scared, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I'll jump in. Blah blah. Blah. I can't. I can't, especially now. Mark says, thanks for looking at it huge for me. I think I have a low enough to buy in just to write it out. Yeah, hey, if you got in at a good little, if you got in, like I said, anything under maybe $2 or something, I probably feel fine about it. Realistically, I mean, look, it really does do a little bounce every once in a while. And granted, I would not play it based off those bounces, but I'll say this: if it bounces, you know what? Even if you sold out at $3 and you missed the $4, it'd be good to just to get out. No worries, Bobby. 100%. Okay, Corey. Scared money don't make no money. That not exactly what he said, but that's the sentiment. Okay, scared money don't make no money, and this is so true. But my rules, guys, whenever I break my rules, I pay dearly, and I paid $3,500 in BlackBerry, and my option just wiped clean on Friday. So hurts big time, but I can't. Corey, don't. Yeah. No financial advice, guys. Nothing here is financial advice. Diamond always keeping me, in tune with that. So, something to keep in mind. Corey, is there any stocks that you want to check out? One of the stocks that you guys know I'm bullish on is IVR. I do want to see how they are doing. And IVR, again, a very, very, very long-term stock, but I do like this one. Let's see how they did for the day down. Okay, so they up 0.50% on the day, down 0.50% after hours. So, it is what it is. But again, trading sideways for a little bit. But again, looking at the 3 month, coming up slowly. Here's the deal. This is not a swing trade stock. This is a very, in my opinion, very steady gain. A very nice, Oliver remembers the 3,500 from last week. Yep. Sometimes I forget about it until people remind me, but that is no problem. This one is nice. This is a slow and steady one, okay? And I feel very comfortable about this play. Let's put it this way: when AMC moons, I'm gonna take out, and I pull profits. I'm a millionaire. I need to reserve my money. I need to hold my money. I need to make sure. Yes, you can buy options on IVR, and you know what? If you want to make some money, these kinds of options could make you a lot of money just because of their volatility. I'm sure they have probably low implied volatility. Okay, not that low. I don't know what I was thinking then, but I do like you can make a lot of options with these kinds of stocks. So anyways, whenever I'm rich and I have AMC. I'm going to put a lot of money in IVR because I really believe in the company. Look at their 5 year. This is when COVID hit. Look at this. When COVID hit, they fell to the floor. And this is what happens. Like these guys are going to fall. You know, they and look, they fell this far. But look, for the past 5 years, this was, we can go back. Look, they even look at their lowest, they were at $5. Okay, their absolute lowest. And that was back in 2016, you know. But recently, since 2017 and on, they've been trading very, very well at $18 at their peak right here. So I feel very comfortable with this. IVR over NRZ. Let's take a look at NRZ. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So, and again, really quick, IVR mortgage, guys, super boring stuff, super clean stuff, and I like it a lot. 50% institutional ownership. We got the two best friends in the entire galaxy, BlackRock and Vanguard, always hanging out together. And you know, I like it. What can I say? Oh, BlackRock and Vanguard like this stock too. So, you know, 56% institutional ownership, good stuff. Real estate, commercial, REITs. I mean, just good stuff. Good stuff. One second, my little brother. Oh, he was trying to FaceTime me. Oh, I'll call him in a little bit. Let me text him real quick. Let him know everything is great. I did get a notification about IVR. IVR's mortgage meeting is coming up. Vote now. Oh, okay. So if you're in IVR, I guess you got an email for your voting. So that's pretty cool. So make sure you're. I'll have to see what that's about. Let me see here. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me one moment. One moment. All right, all right. So taking a look. Okay, so let's take a look at. Let me take a sip really quick. Thank you guys. All right, so looking at New Residential Investment Corporation. Let's see. Okay, so they do, well, we know they do investing and managing in residential real estate. Real estate, guys, is so big. You know, think about it. Real estate has been such a good year. All these people who have purchased in real estate recently, it's insane. And you know, this is a good little example of why I like IVR a little bit differently. Now, granted, I think that these guys are, look how they've recovered already, right? Super fast. Look at IVR. IVR taking a little longer to recover. You know, from 18 to, let's say, $2, and then these guys going from, let's say, 17 to $3. Okay, so the reason I like IVR is because the greed in me says, hey, these guys dropped, and this is not right to look at this chart. So make sure you're making the best decision for yourself. Not financial advice, but I do like, you know, these guys recovered, and it's kind of similar. You know, their numbers are super similar, within probably $2 of each other on both sides. And I feel like, you know, if you missed this run up, in my opinion, you may be able to pick up this run up. And that's why I like it. You know, it's taken, granted, this one may take a little longer to recover, but I do like how it comes up. These guys have already run up, and you know, granted, they're at 10 and they're probably going to go to 17, but I'd rather get, you know, 300 times gains instead of 100 times gains. But that's just the greed in me, and that's just my personal opinion. All right, so that's that on these stocks. Those are my stocks that I like. So yeah, a lot of people like those stocks, and you know what nobody is talking about. We all want to talk about, hey, it's so exciting, like AMC, GME, AMC, GME, and and you know, all these other squeeze stocks or meme stocks, whatever you want to call them. Sure. But what is next? What's your next play? We all can, here's the deal. Whenever a stock is all the way at the bottom or it's on a short squeeze or whatever, it's easy to pick those stocks, right? What's going to happen whenever you guys are rich and now you don't want to gamble all your money away? You want to, pick long-term safe stocks that you're going to continue to increase your wealth and not lose your money, most importantly. So, if that's the kind of stuff you want, then you found the right place, because this is what we need to do. Diamond says, I'll take my profits from TCAT and put them in IVR. Hey, there you go. There you go. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be a long play. It's a long play, but you know what? That money is, in my opinion, I think it's going to be very, very safe. And that's my personal opinion. Mark says, smash up the like button. Thank you, Mark. Always got to remind me. Always got to remind me. Chris says, can you take a quick peek at Rail? Let's take a quick look. Ooh, freight car. Freight car. Is it America? Oh yeah, America. Okay. I'm like, that's a weird word to say. America. I was like, what is America? So, anyways, the company operates in the manufacturing segment. The company designs and manufactures a range of rail car types for transportation of bulk commodities and containerized freight products in primarily in North America, including open top hoppers, covered hoppers. Okay, a bunch of things for these carts and flat carts. The company manufactures aluminum bodied rail cars, including coal cars. So this is, I don't know anything about this industry. Like, obviously, I understand what they do, but I don't know how trains have been going on for a long time. And like, let's give you an example. For example, I used to work at a like a high end like clothing place, and we would sell and they would sell like perfume and stuff like that, right? And I was in the call center, and I knew, hey, you can't really ship some like these perfumes or even lipsticks and stuff. And so those have to go by land, right? And so they're going to take a little longer. So the question is I don't know the use of trains and rail cars these days. They could have a good use. Like, for example, I know what is it, CTRM, the Castor Maritime. So CTRM, for example, these guys, remember, they're doing cargoes like boats. So I know that this is a good company in my opinion, because they're doing sea travel. You know, you can either fly by the plane, but not all products can be transported via plane. So you have to do these boats. Super simple. They're not going anywhere, and that's that. So now for this, I don't know what you have to travel by train or rail cars or whatever. I don't know any of the benefits, so keep that in mind. But let's take a quick little glance. I know I'm going on and on, but and I'm afraid that coal, you know, I don't know if they're going to transition into, I don't know if there's anything such as an electric train. Unless it's like a passenger train. So many questions that I wouldn't be able to answer for you, but you need to think about these. Look in their profits. Let's look at annually, because profits, so in 2016, 40 million, 2017, 2 million negative. These guys look like they're going the wrong way. And I'm very scared about this. Institutional ownership is 27%. I'd be curious to know if this is going up or down. I have the very strange suspicion it's going down with the way the world is going and our transition to electric vehicles. Okay, Olive Cheeto Man, thank you so much for the super chat. GG, I think it means good game, but I'm gonna say Gorilla Gang. And yeah, I mean, analysts, take that for what it is, but I'm very scared about this stock giving a dividend. But granted, if you're losing all your money, I don't care what that dividend is. I'd be super careful with this one. I'll say this, I don't like it. You know, hey, if you're trying to make money on puts, this may be it. Let's look at the chart. Maybe I'm judging. Look at the chart. Okay, so not too bad. This is the 6-month chart. So okay, not doing terrible, you know, up, you know, from $1.35 to $4. So you would have doubled your money. So not bad at all. Now taking a look at the, let's see. And you know, again, this is the run up. This is a chase. Do you think this is going to sustain? Look at the previous run ups. You know, if you did catch this on the run, personally, I'd probably take profits and just say, hey, you know what, we had a good run. But as far as a long term hold, I don't like the future of where rail cars are going. So trains are electric. Are they electric now? See, I don't know anything about trains. I really don't know anything about trains. So please don't worry. Please don't mind me if I'm completely wrong about how trains work and what they're transporting with trains. I really don't know anything about trains. I'm just doing my best to give you guys a little slice of what might happen. So if you can answer those questions like, are trains electric? How do they run? Do they need a conductor? Then great. I cannot answer those questions. And for that reason, I'm out. Let's take a look. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, my little brother just subscribed to me. Send me a screenshot. I appreciate it, little bro. And we are, we're doing what to do. All right. So anything related to transportation, the answer is Tesla. I love it. That's what photography says. That is his pure financial. No, I'm just playing. Not financial advice. Thank you, photography. I'm sorry I said his. I'm not sure. I don't want to assume gender. I appreciate you. Trains will only go up. Hey, I don't know which way trains go. Trains, I'm very scared of. I have no clue what happens. Welcome, little bro. Thank you, Mark, for welcoming him. Uh, you know, some people just have your heart. Little brother has my heart, and it is what it is. Shop Glow, AMC shop. I'm not sure if you have a question about AMC. But let's take a look really quick, just to catch you up really quick in case you missed the beginning of the stream. No problem at all. In case anybody missed, today was a little bit of a down day. But you know what? I am perfectly fine with that. A little bit of a dip in the, well, kind of a big dip in the morning, but no problem at all. I am perfectly fine with that. And look at the recovery. The strength of this recovery is so great. Okay, I love it. Okay, I'm not worried in the least bit. Personal on AMC. Now take a look at the 1 month. I love it. This is a fantastic chart for the 1 month, up over 100%. And what can you say? What can you say? Oh, I guess my Apple Watch thinks I'm standing up running around. So thank you so much for you guys getting my heart pumping. I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Oh, I see somebody talking about HCMC. Mike, I do have a position in HCMC, and I'm bullish on it. It's in a lawsuit. It's going to take a long time, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay waiting for it. You can get a lot of shares with the current price that it's at. It is an OTC market. You can't trade it on Webull, which is this platform that I'm using here. But you know what? I love it. So someone said Tesla took a crazy dip today. Oh my gosh, every single time. Tesla, one day. Oh boy, oh boy. So yeah, here's the deal. Crazy dip. Look, it's only down 2%, but you know what? 2% is a lot of money. 30 bucks. Let's look at the 1 month. Let's look at the 1 month. Trading completely sideways on the 1 month. Wow. Insane. 3 month. I worry that we may have found a top. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we found a top on Tesla? I mean, $1,000. That's crazy. Diamond Backhand, thank you so much for the super chat. Here's a little of my TCAP profit. Keep an eye out. Man, Diamond, thank goodness he didn't listen to me. Because guys, if Diamond would have listened to me, he would have gotten way out. And you know what? He would have been, he probably still would have been up, but would not have had this big run, so goes to show you I am not always right. I am not, who knows. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Taking a look at James says, did you see Webull's new split 500,000 promo? No, what, let me see. Webull. Collect all 5 Webull cards? What? I don't know how this works. I don't want to play this. I don't want to get demonetized. So I am very curious what this is. Weebulls. Let me see if I can find something else here. Webull. I don't know what this is. If you know, can you walk me through this a little bit? I'm super curious what this is. I wonder if I need to update I do have an affiliate link in the description, but I'm not sure if that's what it's going to be. Oh yeah. Let's take a look at Tesla. Yeah, let me know, James. I'm super curious about that. So taking a look at the Tesla, yeah, at Tesla. Okay, so Happy Feet is saying, I think another Elon Musk tweet is brewing. Yeah, guys, man, I talk about all this stuff at work, and yes, so we were talking about Elon, and I don't know if Elon's gonna tweet. If he pumps his own company, guys, that's new territory. Pumping, Etsy or GameStop is one thing, but for him, his company where his salary is like basically directly like what the stock is and stuff, like would not be good. Would not be good. Would not be good. Chris says, I love Tesla, but it looks like it hasn't finished dropping. That's what I'm afraid of, Chris. Like, I'm afraid it's just gonna keep on going down. And if it keeps on dropping, you know, who knows? It really could go any which way. Let's look at the 6 month. Okay, so you know what? Looking at here, it looks like a bounce, but you know what? I'm not sold that this is going to continue to rise. Continue to run. I'm really just not uh, convinced. I mean, I'm super scared, And for those of you, and I don't know which way you guys want to go, but hey, if you really think that Tesla's going to plummet or something, now could be a good time for you to look into some. Actually, it's going to be expensive. I was going to say some put options, but unless you go super out of the money, I mean, here you go. If you wanted to go here, how much is this? $66. If you think it's going to go under $500, it's 85 bucks. And you know what? If it goes under here, then anything under 500 you'll make a lot of money on. Granted, this is a little close, so you'd probably have to go a little bit further out, but you always have to be thinking about those plays. Let's see, check it out. Later, it's a new promotion. Complete tasks, and you can win a percentage of 500K in prizes. Man, I am gonna check that out because I like Webull a lot. I want to transfer my account in here and take advantage, because remember, if you transfer it in, you get X amount of stocks. If you transfer, I know the highest tiers, if you transfer over 25,000, then you get what do you get? 25 stocks, 25 free stocks. So super curious. Tom, it looks like Tom says, what do you think, or sorry, what happened to the market today? Tom, it looks like a down day. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. It looks like a down day. Stocks go up, stocks go down, and sometimes the entire market does one thing. And today was a majority, I would say, a down day. We see a lot of these stocks that are down: AMC, GE, BB. Granted, a lot of these are kind of, I guess, the quote unquote meme stocks. I don't like calling them meme stocks. They're just like stocks, and just because people don't understand it, they call them like meme stocks. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm too sensitive, but yeah, a lot of down stocks today, and that's okay. We're gonna have up days, down days, but you know what? At the end of the year, where are you gonna be? At the end of 6 months, where are you gonna be? That's what I think of. Morgan Stanley came out with a negative review, March 19th, PDF. Kathy Woods doesn't think Tesla hit a top. Very interesting. People seem to really like her opinion. She could have rallied Tesla. I really don't know. I guess I don't know what the sentiment was. Let's test out this website. This is the site. Actually, I'm going to leave this open. Let's test out capital.com. Let's look at Tesla. Capital Tesla. Bear with me here. Okay, so I mean, trade. No, I don't. Is this right? Tesla TSLA. I'm not sure if that was the right one. Anyways, okay, that didn't work the way I was hoping. No worries. Olive, I gotta go, guys. Sleepy. Love hanging out with y'all. See you tomorrow. Yes, see you tomorrow, Olive. We will be here tomorrow. No worries at all, my friend. I appreciate the support. Always give me support, man. I appreciate it. You have a great night. Man, time is flying. It is so crazy. I can't believe how fast everything is going right now. Insane. Tom says, if my options expired worthless, does this count as a net loss? Yeah, essentially. So at the end of the year, your brokerage, they'll give you like a chart, not a chart, but like a form or whatever. And typically, I think you can just type in the code that they give you, and it'll autofill if you're on like TurboTax, for example. But yeah, it should be just a loss, and you can like essentially write it off. So pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. But sometimes, whenever AMC moons, you're going to be happy that you're probably going to be happy that you had a small loss. And, not financial advice, in my opinion, whenever AMC moons, but it'll probably be great, guys. I'm not too worried about it. Losses happen. I had that $3,500 loss, and you know what? Does it hurt my heart? Absolutely. But you know what? I think that it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be able to write that off, and hopefully I have big gains and I make a lot of money, and that's that. Yeah, see a mark, see a photo. Man, this community is so cool, guys. You guys are so cool. Did you see after hours GME chart? Outlaw, a few people were talking about this. Let me see if I can find that chart for us again. This so is just theorized, who knows what it was. It could have been a stop limit hunt or whatever, so like where, or limit order, whatever, where man, I keep forgetting the dang name. But anyways, where let's say you have a sell order at $500 and they're trying to see where they can pick one off at. That's the theory. I don't know if that's actually true. It could just be a weird glitch. I'm really not sure what it is. So hard to speculate exactly what that is. I'm not seeing it here in Webull, or is Gamestop. I'm not seeing it here in Webull on the 1 day. Here on the 1 day, I'm not seeing here on Webull, but who knows? Who knows what happened? It's really so hard to speculate exactly what this is. But I really wouldn't worry too much about this. A lot of people get super excited. They're like, "Oh, like, do you see it? We're going to the moon tomorrow." And we've been seeing this for months, and unfortunately, there's really no correlation as to anything with it. But I understand. It gets exciting sometimes to see that kind of stuff. No worries. Let's take a look, Masters. So ERII, energy recovery. Ooh, very interesting. One second, I gotta miss them all. All right, guys, we're gonna have to do a shout out to Mom. Mom is also a subscriber. I don't know. I guess I don't know. So now we got the whole family in here. We got Mom in here. Let's give a shout out to sweet Mom. Man, you guys want to talk about lucky? That's freaking lucky, man. Let me take a look. Are you picking up Starlink when it gets listed? Haven't looked into Starlink very much. I don't think. Let's look at Starlink after. Let's take a look at the stock, and I want to take a look at Starlink. I don't think it's really meant for me or something. But maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I thought Starlink was a like internet if you're in a more rural area or something. But I'm really not too sure. So let's see. Let's take a look at ERII. So let's see what they do. Oh, I appreciate the hi moms, guys. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure she's looking at the chat. So funny. Okay. Looking at energy, I'm just too hyped up, man. You guys get me hyped up. The company's solutions convert wasted pressure into a reusable asset and preserve or eliminate pumping technology in hostile processing environments. Its segments include water, oil, gas, and corporate. The water segment focuses on products sold for use in reverse osmosis water desalination. Oil and gas, okay. Hydraulic fracturing, okay. So very cool stuff. Well, I don't want to sell it short. So, okay, so we have the hydraulic fracturing, gas processing, and chemical processing. The company offers energy recovery devices in the water desalination market with its pressure exchanger and turbocharger technologies. The company offers Vortec hydraulic fracturing system, IsoBoost, and IsoGen product lines in oil and gas market. Okay, so cool stuff. So the part that excites me the most, I mean, well, let's start. I guess we'll start backwards again. Then we'll get to my most exciting. I get a little concerned whenever it talks about oil and gas. Oil and gas, I'm just a little scared about. I don't think oil and gas is going anywhere for a long time, but I am afraid that it's going to start to decline. Now, granted, I don't know exactly what they're doing with this hydraulic fracturing system. Maybe it's mining the oil and the gas in a pretty cool way. I think oil is going to last. Oil is obviously not going anywhere for a long time. Neither is gas, but I feel like they are trying to move away from there. What I'm extremely interested in is the converted water pressure. I mean, the energy, how they're converting energy, especially technology, or eliminate pumping technology in hostile processing environments. I do think that is pretty interesting because if they're generating energy like in these hostile environments, like places that aren't the easiest to generate energy, that could be huge. And you have to think about the different uses, not even in the United States, but like if some kind of big company was doing a save the world campaign, and this may be wrong, but let's say they're going to a place that doesn't have, maybe a third world country or something where people don't really have access to, like in the water one, clean water and energy. And if they can go to village and village, remember, a lot of these people, like what are they called, the people who donate like a lot of money, philanthropists. A lot of these philanthropists who are, and like celebrities, all the celebrities are trying to, provide clean water to everybody, which is fantastic. I fully support that. But they are able to, remember, a lot of these donations are like, you can write them off. You can write off write them off on your taxes if you donate to a fund or blah, blah, blah. And so, if they do a big push like that, and these do the kind of like the third world things that I'm saying, that can be huge. Or if there's some kind of military application, if our troops are fighting a war or something and they need clean water, and this is going to be better, and they can sell it to the military, that is so huge. So keep things to be asking yourself, where are the benefits here, and then of course there is the oil and gas one. That one probably my least favorite, but I'm not sure what they're really trying to do with that. And I might be wrong with the others, but if you have to think about those kind of uses, and if they're even trying to pursue those, maybe they're not trying to pursue those, and I'm just like, psycho. Looking at their annual money, and taking a look at the profit. Remember, the profit, I look at the profits, yes, to start, but there are a lot more factors that go into it. Okay, I'm doing a very, very high view in a short amount of time, but let's take a look. So the gross profit, so it looks like their gross profit is going to be 50. Okay, so from 2017 to 2020, 50 million, 56 million, 66 million, and then 90 million, continuing to grow profits more and more each year. Absolutely fantastic. During the pandemic, okay, so this is interesting. So Q1, 15 million, Q2, 37 million, Q3, 19 million. So dropped quite a bit. And then Q4 being at 18 million again. So, kind of a little bit sideways, but you know what? Over the course of the entire year, that annual one just continued to go up. And so I like that, that sounds fantastic. Institutional ownership, 47.17%. The two, I'm trying to think of a different way to say best friend, but the two, I don't know, the gang, I don't know, Vanguard and BlackRock, always sitting right next to each other, holding hands, and they love it. Let's see, analysts looking pretty good, not too bad, especially on this one. But of course, we always like them when they're in our favor. Looks like this stock still has a little bit of ways to go. Taking a look at, so it looks like you can trade options here. Taking a look at the chart. So let's see. Let's look at it on the 6 month. 6 month, look at this clean, steady growth. Like you guys can just see it, and you can see how fantastic it's looking. It's just like smooth. It is so smooth. And let me see if I can get a trend line. Actually, I wanted to try one of these new lines in here. This one is called extended. Let's see if I can get an extended line in here. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this one right here. There we go. And this one's cool because it just keeps going forever. So this way, whenever we come back to this, next time somebody asks about it, we can see if this is a good trend line, and this could be a fantastic trend line. So taking a look here, wait, James, are you in this stock? Oh, okay, you're in a different stock. I was like, dang, James doesn't like any stocks. James he's a bear. But no, I was wrong. So anyways, hey, you know what? This is continued growth. Looks like a little bit of a pullback. So this actually may be a perfect time to purchase in if you are bullish on this stock. Again, make sure you can answer those questions that I'm asking about these segments. Who are they going after? What are they trying to do? And things like that. So it seems like a very, and here's the deal. Everybody, whenever we look at these stocks, right, we don't have to find the most innovative thing. We don't have to find who's trying to make rocket powered jetpacks that are going to power, a ship in 15 years, or is going to allow us all to travel, at the light speed, quantum mechanics, or whatever it's going to be. No, you don't have to think about that. And granted, I'm not saying that these are basic industries in the least bit, but something as simple, as clean water, in hostile environments, being able to generate energy in these difficult environments to generate energy at. Those are so simple, but you always need it. You always need it. Even, you can even think of, like, let's say, I don't know, this might be crazy. If in the States, if someone is going to be, if they're starting if they're trying to start a brand new town in the middle of nowhere, maybe they're going to use this for energy and clean water and stuff like that. So, you got to think about those kind of applications. We don't have to have the most innovative applications ever. Whew. All right. You guys know I get passionate. I just keep going. I need to start a timer because, man, I'll just talk about these stocks all day. I lost like 40 viewers right now just talking about that stock. That's all right. It's all good. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, I'm seeing, it looks like we have a crazy, oh, Starlink. Okay, that's what I was gonna, let me take a sip. Let's look at Starlink. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up before I take a sip, or no. We'll go here and let me look up what is Starlink, because I don't want to say it wrong. Starlink is satellite-based internet. Yeah, satellite internet being constructed by SpaceX, providing satellite internet access. Okay, the constellation. Okay, so cool. So Starlink. I'm trying to see if I can find a good little article here that will just give me a good little explanation, but I don't know why I would need Starlink. Oh, let's go to the source, huh? Okay. No. Okay, high speed, low latency broadband internet. Latency from 20 milliseconds to 40. Okay. And so, yeah, I don't think I need this, and granted, I guess it's going to depend on the cost, but I don't think this is something I would get. It says 50 to 150 megabytes per second. My internet is that fast, unless this costs, $50 or less. I for the 50, for the 150, I don't need it, and that's I guess my whole thing about it. I just don't need it, and I don't know if you guys need it either, to be honest. Excuse me. So I don't know. I mean, kind of a tricky subject. Oh, Starlink is $100 a month. Yeah, see, I don't think it's worth it for us. Now, if you have high speed internet, now, if you're living in the middle of nowhere, if you're living off the grid or something, hey, this is a fantastic solution. Absolutely fantastic. And I think, remember, Elon Musk, although he's a little eccentric, I truly think he just wants to change the world. He wants to leave his mark on the world. He wants to change the world. And he's gonna do it. And this is the kind of things that you do to do it. You don't need to create SpaceX. You don't need to, do you don't need to do all this crazy stuff. Providing high speed internet to people in very rural areas that don't have internet is something that people have been needing for a long time that has not been filled. And I think he's gonna. I really hope this pans out and he continues this, even if he doesn't make the most money. I think it's important for people to, yeah. See, they won't update the 50-year-old copper lines in my state. This is a lifesaver. This kind of stuff this is true. Like, I'm on beta, which is better than, yeah. See, look how slow some people's internet. 900. This is less than a megabyte per second. It's like insane, guys. So, it sure does beat the 3. Yeah, and a lot of these people, if you live out, you don't even have to live anywhere like crazy, by the way. You can live, like, I live in Texas, and sometimes whenever you're going somewhere, you see these houses out basically in the middle of nowhere, and but they're just between two cities, and you just know that they're not getting good internet, and some people, they won't provide internet too. So even if, let's say, you're living, anyways, I don't want to get too far into it, but yeah, I don't think this is for most of us, but hey, I really appreciate the concept of what he's doing, and I hope it works out. I hope this is something they continue, and it works really well for the services that they need. And and back to the military applications, if they can get this, if they can package this up, I really don't know what this takes to run, but they probably can't package this up. I was going to say, if they can package this up into a smaller device for military, where they can use it wherever they are, hey, that would be an excellent use. But then you have to worry about satellites, and then there's encryptions and all this stuff. Maybe I'm getting too crazy into it, but hey, you know what? Great little idea. James, do you have it? Is James saying he has it? I'll buy anything but SpaceX. Huh. It works amazingly. Oh, okay. I guess James does have it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Good for you. Very, very cool. Starlink will be huge. Yeah, I think there's some great stuff with Starlink. I don't know. I'm worried that like, somebody, oh, the military already has this. See, guys, it goes to show you, I don't know everything, and this is why I really do rely on you guys to help me out with some of this stuff. But there you go. Oh, when does it trade on the market? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It does look like it's part of SpaceX. I'm not sure. I doubt. Okay, I don't know this, but I wonder if it would trade with wherever SpaceX is going to be. I don't know if SpaceX is going to be its own thing, but what? I have a friend that has it. I've never used it personally. Oh, okay, great. So, very cool, very cool. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at a few more stocks. And let's hang out for a little bit longer. Friend that used it, no worry. Military already has this. Yeah, I wonder what the if it's actually if it's Starlink though that they're using or if it's something else. Probably something a little more sophisticated, but what do I really don't know. If and when, yeah, that's good point. Chris says if and when Starlink trades publicly, you'll know it. And we really all will know it. And that brings me back to Elon Musk. I don't think he's gonna tweet to save Tesla. I really don't. I think he's already on thin ice with his other tweets, pumping those stocks, and I don't know. I don't know. Taking a look. Okay, so wood. Lumber. Is this the right wood NFT? Is this the right one? Mike? It looks like an ETF. Oh yeah, Global Timber. Okay, that's probably it then. An ETF. Okay, not bad, not bad. There's an there's a few ETFs that I really like. Those are gonna be saved for a little bit further in the future. I'm gonna come out with the full. I don't know. I kind of want to come out with the I don't know, not my own ETF, but my favorite stocks that I'm super bullish on. That whenever we moon, we can save a lot of money. But okay, so James says Elon tweeted that Starlink will IPO when they get financials in order. Oh, they're gonna IPO by themselves. So interesting. You would think that they would kind of group it in. I don't know. I guess I would have thought they would have grouped like. I thought he was gonna IPO SpaceX, unless that's included in something already. Unfortunately, I'm not too up to date with exactly what Elon is doing with those companies, but super interesting because I know, and that brings me to so many questions about Elon. Because I know he's trying to do remember the study he did with the pigs and how the pigs had the implemented they had the implemented thing, and I can't remember what it did, but he has so many different things that he can do, and I figure he would kind of put them all under his own like the Boring Company or something. I don't know what he's gonna do. So many questions. Okay, so we were taking a look at wood. Okay, so let's see what wood's doing here. It looks like you can trade options. So investment objective. So the fund will generally invest 90% of its assets in the component securities of underlying index and invest in investments that have economic characteristics that are identical. Okay, so good stuff though. Invest in good stuff. The index is comprised of 25 of the largest publicly traded companies engaged in the ownership and management or upstream supply chain of forest and timberlands. The fund is non-diversified. Okay. So obviously ETF, ETF, if you don't know, it's like it's a compilation essentially of, it's an index. There we go. An index comprised of 25. This one is comprised of 25. I'm not sure if they're all comprised of 25, but just so you know how an ETF typically works. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we really can't see anything on here, my friend. Sorry about that. We can take a look at the chart. 6 month. 6 month, hey, looking good. Super, super solid, steady growth. And this is one of those where it's like the dang trains. I don't know what they're doing with timber. Obviously, it's kind of weird because timber, when I think of timber, I think of wood, chopping down forests. We all know how that goes. Like, people want to save the forest, but we need supplies from the forest. The poor animals don't have homes, and unfortunately, there's just a lot of back and forth. I don't know where we are these days with um, wood and timber. You know what I mean? What's up, LJ? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Neuralink, thank you. Audalon, Audelon, Audelon. Yeah. Sorry, friend. But yes, thank you. Neuralink. Yeah, the Neuralink. I can't even remember what he was trying to do with the Neuralink. But anyways, yes. So taking a look back to wood. Yeah, it's sorry to say. I will say this. They have nice, solid upward growth. Let's look at the 5-year. This is probably where COVID hit. Oh no, maybe here. Yeah. Here's where COVID hit. Right over here. As you can see, recovered splendidly. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so happy I pulled this one up, or you told me to pull this one up, because we're talking about these stocks going to all-time highs. And this is why I'm so bullish on these stocks that aren't, haven't mooned yet. And this goes back to even airline stocks, cruise lines, AMC, like those things, even stuff like Dave and Buster's and stuff. I liked Dave and Buster's. Let's check out Dave and Buster's right now. That stock right there was at an all-time high. Dave and Buster's, I do anticipate it's going to go to an all-time high. They're this high already. They're back to pre-pandemic, and they're not even. I don't know what their capacity is, but they're not even like. People aren't vaccinated. People are still scared to go. Imagine people when they do want to go and they are excited to go. Then this is what happens. Chris Wood. Did somebody call for me? Yes, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes. So I do think that this stock is probably going to be at an all-time high. And that's why I think, AMC, we saw Disney earlier. Disney is at an all-time high. I think AMC is going to go to an all-time high of $33. I've been anticipating this the whole time. And this is without the squeeze. I think it's going to go that high. Those are my personal opinions. So these are things that we have to consider whenever we're looking at these stocks. And that's that. I do not think this. I don't know what this one's doing, but this one may not be going to all-time high. Okay, so not everything is going to an all-time high, but things are looking pretty good for these companies. I'm zoomed out to max, so some of these things are like actually insane. So that's my opinion. It took Chris says it took wood a year to recover. That's funny because Chris is asking about wood, and we have Chris Wood in here. This is crazy stuff. It took wood a year to recover and to double, but TCAT tripled in 2 days of trading. Yes, and so this is the thing, And Chris, that's a great point. Everything sounds great. If I would have said, here's the deal. If I would have said, hey, you know what? Let's look at AMC on the 3-month, and let's say, hey, you know what? Here's what you do. You buy. Oh, I moved that one. I got to delete it. You say, hey, all you have to do is buy in at $2, you sell at $20, and then you buy back in at $5. But again, hindsight is 2020, so you got to think about this stuff. I know you're messing with me, but those are the things that'll rip you apart. So you have to be super careful. Kathy bought almost 200,000 shares of Unity software. Oh, is this actually like Unity? Yeah, Unity is a platform. Hey, Unity is extremely cool, guys. People love Unity, especially on like if you guys go to Udemy or anything like that, you can pick up a whole Unity course. There's so many cool things you can do with it. Unity is very cool. I think I knew they were publicly traded, but maybe I forgot about it. Let's take a look at their profits. I guess I haven't really done a deep dive into them. Their gross profit, $299 million in 2018, just continuing up, super steady. Let's see how they did during quarantine. I feel like they would have done very well during quarantine. Yep, continue to do very well, steady growth during quarantine because people are stuck inside. What are they doing? They're like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to make games, and great, like solid. Institutional ownership 78.60%, incredible. I'm trying to see if we got BlackRock. Where's Vanguard? No Vanguard. Wow. I thought they were friends, and then this happens. News. Kathy Wood's ARK invests. Okay, well, Kathy likes it, as we saw here. Analysts thinking it's still going to grow, which of course we always like it when it looks good. Let's take a look at the chart setup. Let's look at it for the 1 day. Man, up and down, from Oh, what? That is from 99 to 102, and it looks this crazy. So no worries about that. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see what kind of price action we can see. Has been declining. So, okay, so actually, I'm so glad you brought this one up. So this is a good question. And this is my theory that I was talking about, right? This is my theory of we're coming out of quarantine, right? People are getting their vaccine, they have to go back to work, they have to do this and that. Like, they're tired of being inside. So my theory is that some of these stocks, and this may be one of them, is done. They had their huge growth, and now they're going to go back down solely because unemployment's running out. Like I said, the people are going to have to leave their house again. They're forced to, and I wonder how many people are going to continue with this. Um, and that is my opinion. That's my current theory of what is happening. I think we're going to see a shift. I think these companies that kind of mooned are going to go down, and I think the companies that are still down are going to moon. Which makes sense. Think about Zoom. You think these companies that are going back in the office, they're going to continue their Zoom subscription? No, they're going to cancel Zoom, and they're going to just go back to what they've been doing. They're going to go back to the office, and they don't need Zoom anymore. And granted, not every company is going to go back. Not every company is going to cancel their Zoom immediately or whatever. But I think eventually it's going to go back to what they were. And I feel like that might be this with this stock. So hopefully I'm wrong. If you know something I don't, that's great. But I would be exercise caution. Chris, about the dip. Sundial. I haven't taken a look at Sundial here yet. Taking a look at Sundial. Okay, so let's look into the 1 day. Oh my gosh, barcoding. Jeez. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This chart looks so crazy sometimes. It is ridiculous. I don't even know what you said about Sundial. Mason says bounce back tomorrow for AMC. Mason, we're always hoping for the best, but we are prepared for the worst. We love the stock, but you have to keep in mind we don't know which way it's going to go. Today was a down day for the entire market. Hopefully tomorrow's an update for the entire market and everything's looking fantastic, but we need to be prepared for anything that is to come. Me personally, actually, I haven't even checked my DTCC rulings. Oh, I don't know if this is the right link. You know what? I just realized I don't even know how to get to where I want to go to. No, that's not the right one. This one? Hey, okay. So we're still waiting on this rule 801, okay? I think this rule 801 is going to be huge for us, and that's what I'm going to be waiting for. But always thinking positively. Always be ready. Okay, Sundial. Let's talk about Sundial really quick because I know there are a lot of people excited about Sundial. And I just want to exercise caution. You know what? Okay, let me give you the good with the bad. So obviously we pumped and dumped or whatever you think happened there. So it's a lot of hype, and we all saw all the weed stocks. We knew that these weed stocks were going up, and of course no one knows where they're gonna go. But whenever you have those kind of crazy upward movement, you can anticipate a huge pullback. In this case, keep in mind they didn't pull back all the way. They pumped all the way up, and then they held strong. It looks like they're holding pretty strong at this, and I have these levels of support and resistance. It looks like it broke it for a little bit, but you know what? I feel pretty good with these levels that we have here. Still broke it under this one a little bit, so it looks like a level of resistance currently. So I'd make sure it's not going to drop any further. But as long as this continues to hold, you have to be ready. If this found a new bottom and this is only going to continue to stare up, which is very possible, this could have found a new bottom. It's going to at a $1.30 or whatever it's at, and if it continues to hold, then that could be fan freaking tastic. Okay. And you'd just be waiting for a news catalyst, wait for it to run, wait for anything. But I don't really know much about anything about weed or weed stocks or like best companies, but you have to be careful. I don't know. These guys could, there could be a lot going on. There can be a lot going on. that you need to make sure you know what's going on, because I obviously cannot tell you what is going on with these weed stocks. But you know what? If you are bullish on it, I think we may have found a bottom, and you may want to consider jumping in, or you know, someone said here, I'm gonna pull out whenever it hits $2, and you know what? That'd be some good profits, and that'll be great. Question is, how long will it take to get there? And you know, if you're gonna hold for that long, then maybe you can write it up. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you what to do. Okay, let's take a look. Thank you, Beverly. Let's see. Well, hold on. You're giving me two stocks right now. Beverly, too much, too much. Let's look at HOFV, because you think it's gonna go, it's gonna moon. Quarantine's about over, and I love these quarantines are about to be over stocks. These are the best. Okay, you want ELP? Okay, maybe we'll take a look at both. We'll see. We'll see how crazy it gets. Couple. Whoa. Oh, is this a split? Yeah, it has to be a split, right? News. Wait, what happened? News. Maybe corporate actions? Dividend. I'm looking for I don't know if it would show the split in here, but I am very scared. ELP. Beverly, I really could not tell you what happened here. This looks like a 1 to 10 split, maybe? Because that is some scary stuff. Has to be. Okay, I really couldn't tell you. If anyone knows, please let me know. But taking a look here, this is looking very scary. I do not like this. Let's see what these guys do. Oh, are they not on the... Oh yeah, New York Stock Exchange. Okay, I'm getting super confused. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So let's take a look what they do. Looks like they are based out of Brazil. The company provides telecommunications and other services. Its segments are power generation and transmission, power distribution and sales, telecommunications, gas and, or no, is it I don't know what GAS is, but GAS and holding company. The GET segment includes the generation of electric energy from hydraulic, wind, and thermal projects, the transport and transformation of the power generated by the company, and the construction, operation, and maintenance of all power transmissions, substations and lines. The DIS segments the distribution and, okay, so I guess that's DIS for distribution, and so the distribution and sale of electric energy, and the operation of and maintenance of the distribution infrastructure. The TEL is telecommunications. Okay, so they're doing the most out here. Hopefully they're not spread too thin, but maybe they're a huge company. We'll take a look at the financials in just a second to even get a good little breakdown here. However, okay, let's see. Mark looks like Mark may have found something here. Investors flee Brazil. A spark of crisis confidence. Oh boy. Okay, we'll take a look at that news in just a second. But let's look at the financials. Maybe there's some good here. Well, this is $1 billion company. Holy smokes. Gross profit, 1.65 billion, 1.52 billion, 1.63 billion, 1.37 billion. So a little bit of a rough year for them, which is kind of tricky. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding some of this, but if everybody's inside, you know, if they are quarantined, using more energy theoretically, right? If everybody's inside, then good could be a bad sign. However, they're $1 billion industry, I guess. Let's see how they did on their quarterly financials. Maybe that'll be a better microscopic view. So at the beginning, so we'll do Q1 through Q4. So 308 million, 424 million, 292 million, and 330 million. So kind of a little bit sideways, I guess, at the end of the year, going up from the beginning of the year. So as far as the quarter goes, kind of hard to really read into any of this. Again, I'm sure there could be a different kind of catalyst down here in the other parts of the financial, so something to take a look into. 1.82 institutional ownership. I'm really not liking that. I'm a little concerned just about this company as a whole. Analysts looks like they're pretty bullish on it. Let's see. The chart is scaring me big time. This has to be a reverse split. But unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything to confirm that. or just a split, I suppose it would be. It has to be some kind of split, but unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything that would confirm it. It's kind of weird that they would do it at this number. I guess I'm not sure when people would do a split, if this is in fact a split, but I'd be very weary about this. You'll have to see. Now, hey, if actually, I'm super curious about this, because if this is not a split, if the stock is just down and it's oversold, this could be a huge buying potential. Does anyone know if this is a split or something? Let's take a look. ELP split. Keep that open. Keep this open. Maybe I'll do split. 0 splits. What is happening? Does anyone know what's happening with the stock? Oh, it appears different on Robinhood. Okay. So maybe I'm confused. Let's just look at the regular stock. Let's look at the 1 day. Let's look at the 5 day. Okay. So you know what? I think it was a split then. Has to have been a split if it's looking the same. And so yeah, it's so hard to read these dang splits because you don't know which way they're gonna go. It's so hard to tell if they're up on the day, down on the day, like as far as this goes. So some companies, what they'll do is they'll continue the trend, so they'll just like average everything. Well, what's weird is Tesla had a split, and I don't think I'm seeing it on their chart, am I? Okay, I'm sorry, I can't really give you a very good explanation as to why this is, as to what happened here. I'm sorry about that. It's just really tricky. I don't want to give you the wrong information to see and lead you the wrong way. Oh, but look, the chart looks so much different here on the 3 month, 6 month. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to leave this one alone. I really don't know what it is. If it's not a split, I would personally. I was actually thinking about hopping in if it's not a split, because this is just obviously oversold. But too hard to say. Yeah, it's too weird. I'm sorry. Let me take. I know you had one more, Beverly. Let me take a look for you. 100% bullish. Yeah, Beverly. Here's the deal. If it is down this low, this can be an insane play, and I just don't know what to tell you. I'm going to leave this open to my side. I'm going to see if I can look into it a little bit further. Let me see your other one. HOFV. Okay, seems like a few people want to see that one. I know Beverly wanted to see it. I kind of failed on your last one. So let's see. Okay, this is where I get scared. Okay, and so let's look at the 5 day. So crazy run. Looks like from $2.84. Had a good day yesterday, or I guess Friday would be, and then had a good day today. So these runs, I get scared. I do not like to chase stocks. And if this is a chase play, you have to be very, very careful. Looks like some kind of consolidation here. Now the question is which way they're going to go. They obviously dropped off at the very, very end, right after, after hours close. The question is what's going to be the next day? We did see this level of, let me see if I can draw this little trend line here for you. We did have like a level of support here, but look, it kind of, I'm trying to get a lot of points here, but it kind of broke that in after hours. I don't know if I'm too worried about it breaking it in after hours, but the question is this going to continue? And there's also a level of let's see if I can get this one in here. Sure, we'll go ahead and do that there. So hopefully this will continue to grow, but you just have to think about which way it's actually going to go. I wonder if I can grab this backwards. Sure, we'll put that there. Not bad. Let's take a look at their profile, exactly what they do. Hall of Fame Resort. Oh, okay. See, I do like Resort. And this is something you were talking about. Actually, I'm going to show you guys one more also while we're looking at these kind of opening stocks. So is a resort and entertainment company. The company leverages popularity of professional football. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. The company leverages popularity of professional football and players in partnership with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The company also owns the Johnson Controls Hall of Fame of Game Village. The Johnson Controls Hall of Fame is a multi-use sports, entertainment, and media destination centered around the Pro Football Hall of Fame campus. Very, very interesting. The only thing about this is I'm sure it's fantastic. Okay, Samuel, thank you so much for confirming. I did guess it was a 10-to-1 stock split, and I was right. But I just wanted to confirm. So thank you so much, Samuel, for taking a look for me. I really appreciate that. So there we have it, Beverly. Hope that helps you out a little bit. I would just be cautious. I wouldn't, if you were going to put, every single penny in there because you thought it was going to bounce back, just keep in mind it may not bounce back because of the split. So something to keep in mind. Now, taking a look at stock split. Thank you, Chris, also for looking into it. I appreciate everyone taking a look into it. So taking a look at this, the only thing that I'm worried about is it's so niche. It's like this one resort for the Hall of Fame. And I don't know how I'm sure people are into the Hall of Fame stuff, but some, I don't know, let's say the wife is super into football or something and the husband's like, if he doesn't care, because I don't assume gender roles in this stream. So let's say the wife is super into football, the husband's like, I don't want to go to the Football Hall of Fame, like the kids aren't going to have a good time here, they don't care about football. So things to think about that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Taking a look at the financials, let's take a look annually. Nothing really here to see annually for us, but that is okay. Institutional ownership 4%. We have, oh my gosh, this is another company where we have Vanguard and not BlackRock. Guys, I don't know what's happening. I thought they were cool. So they're up. Okay, let's take a look how they are on the 1 year. So I want to look at the 1 year, and I'll tell you why. I like to look at where they were, pre-COVID, but we can't see where they are pre-COVID because of this. And so they're obviously going to go down. Now, first of all, guys, what a terrible time to IPO. I don't know if this was intentional or if it was locked in. I guess I don't really understand the intricacies of IPOs, but a pro tip, don't IPO your destination resort or wherever it is whenever there's a pandemic. So good thing. Yeah, good point. So photography likes watching NFL on TV, but would you want to go to the NFL Hall of Fame resort for your family vacation? I personally, I wouldn't. But then again, I don't want, football's cool, but I'm not really like go sports. So I don't know. But anyways, not a good time to IPO, so not looking too good. Did obviously bottom out a little bit. And now look, hey, great little run here that it's going on. And hopefully that continues. But the question is, will it? One that I do like is, I think it's PK, Park Hotels Resort. Okay, take a look at this one. This one, they own hotel properties. Let me see, resorts, hotels and resorts. Okay, fantastic. A bunch of hotels and resorts. Excellent. It's kind of like if you know Darden restaurants. Yeah, see, not really. You don't want to bring the whole family there. Like, yeah, sure, I'm sure it's cool. Like, for example, I'm super into gaming, right? Don't want to bring my whole family to the Halo Resort. No, my fiance, she's cool. She'd probably do it for me, but I'm not trying to. I'd rather us go to something cool, like really really cool. And maybe I can visit that. I don't know. Just personal thoughts. But these guys have a bunch of different things, right? So, I mean, everywhere, Orlando, Hawaii, Key West, just crazy, all this stuff. And take a look at them on the 1 year. All right, let's take a look at we'll take a look 1 year and look at pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, they were around $23, $24. Look, they went all the way down to $3.99 at the beginning. So obviously this is the very bottom. Good luck catching that. But you could have gotten in maybe $10 or something. Currently, look, huge run up to 24. And guess what? This is what I'm talking about. These stocks, the economy is not open yet. And look how good the stock is doing. Now, I do want to be clear. I am a little worried that these stocks are open a little early and it's going to, I worry that some of these stocks that are up too fast, I'm worried that they're going to retrace a little bit. They're going to pull back. So I would be a little cautious of a pullback. And if that happens, you could always double down or average down or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, these guys are already doing well. But like I said, I mean, there's no way that these guys aren't going to go higher as the stuff continues to open. And let's look at their max, what they were at. So $33. So I really, really think that this company is going to be at its all-time high within the next year. Personal opinion. Maybe the next year or two, but I really, really think it's going to continue to grow at crazy rates. So personally, if you like this stock, maybe something I don't. This is one I have been looking at it a long time, and I was actually in at. This is one of those stocks I sold all my positions for AMC, and I was in. I don't know if I ran this. I might have missed this run, but I was in sometime down here. Or down here. I don't remember when I was in here, but I was in here a long time ago. I'd look, but I'm scared. Mark says, I found a post that that might explain ELP. Brazilian current admin taking over. Brazilians ditch ELP. Oh, Brazilians ditch ELP. Okay, yeah, that. Okay. Well, either way, be careful. Make sure you can cash out. Yes, make sure you do your own due diligence. Thank you so much. Retired folks. HOFV looks like a. Okay, so somebody says HOV. Okay, here we go. I appreciate a differing opinion. So let's read this. HOFV looks like a bad bet at first glance, but could have huge upside in the longer term. Right. And so again, it just really depends. Personally, I like the more diversified PK. Again, this is one of my stocks that I probably would have recommended to people. Had I started streaming, literally I would have recommended it back here. For those of you who don't know, I was the luckiest person on earth. I went all in on March 18th, which just so happened to be the bottom, the absolute bottom for most stocks. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty happy camper. Coincidentally, just absolutely coincidentally, purchased in the very, very bottom. Dumb luck. What good is all the free stocks if they restrict you when you can't cash out? Oh, okay. I guess we're talking about Robinhood. Something to be careful about. James, James, this is an interesting point, James. James says, Webull and Robinhood scare me because of poor support. And, it's a good point because the only thing is, here's it out. I called Fidelity, and you know how long I was on hold for Fidelity for? 2 hours. And then, you know what? They couldn't even answer my question. So, and it was a very easy question. Well, I guess I was calling to ask how many short shares, the short interest of AMC, and how many short shares, well, AMC and GME, and how many short shares were available for each. And they couldn't do it. What they were going to have to do is make me a mock order, but they couldn't even make me a mock order for whatever reason. I guess I didn't have the right account. I didn't have an account that you could short in. So they couldn't even, but maybe that's my fault. Maybe it's their fault. I don't know. But two hours to talk to, 1.5 hours to talk to a person, another 15 minutes to get transferred to a different apartment, and then another department, and then another 15 minutes on hold for that person to tell me, no, we can't do it. So it was a pretty terrible experience. And I've had some pretty bad experiences with Fidelity personally. I'm sure they're great, but not my favorite company. But you know what? Whenever your platform works well, and as much as I can't stand what Webull, what Robinhood did, their platform, I didn't need to call support. Thank goodness, I guess, but I didn't need to call support. And whenever your platform just works really well, that's what happens. I guess you have to pick your favorites. I don't know. Chris says, exactly, I was on the phone with TD, I guess Ameritrade, yeah, or I don't know if they're still TD Ameritrade, TD for 2 hours and didn't resolve anything. Yeah, 2 hours. I mean on hold, and it sucks. 2 hours on hold is the worst. You know why? Because you can't do anything else. Because if I'm going to play a video game or something, and I guess I play online games, but well, I guess I could have played an offline game or something. I don't know. Because, as soon as I want to do something, I want to get into it. I know they're going to answer, and then it's going to be awkward, and I'm going to have to hop off or quit or something. I don't know. It's always a weird spot. But that is that. All right. Yeah. So TD Thinkorswim. See, I don't know anything. But anyways, that, guys, I think that's what I have for you today. I think I'm going to start wrapping it up. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to look at. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me today. So cool hanging out with you guys. Very excited to be back to this regular stream. We're going to be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central to 9 p.m. Central. Hanging out, talking about more stocks. We have more stocks that we can talk about. If you're not subscribed yet, I'm getting so close to 2,500 subscribers. It's insane how fast this growth is. Now, if you don't want to subscribe, you don't want the notifications and stuff, hey, no problem at all. I appreciate you guys just tuning in. Maybe catch me tomorrow around the same time, and then maybe you can decide then. But if you did like the content, you don't want to miss anything. I have all these stocks that I'm so excited about that, you know, this one has already gone up pretty high. I do anticipate it's going to go up higher. But if you don't want to, miss these kinds of stocks, these kinds of plays, like what are you going to do after AMC? So make sure that you have to be ready to make a play after AMC. And so that's what I'm trying to do. So, make sure if you don't subscribe to me, make sure your person that you're watching is going to give you good plays. That's extremely important. All right. That is it. Thank you all for hanging out with me, man. You guys who are here every single day, I do recognize your names. I really, really do. If you are a lurker and you don't typically say hi, please say hi to me. I want to see who's here. I want to recognize the names. You don't have to talk and chat all the time. Just say hey, just say hey really quick, because I'm that kind of way. I just sit in the chat. I don't say a single thing, and I'm there the whole time. And then whenever it comes time for me to want to say something, the streamer has no clue who I am because they've never seen me before, and so I don't have any kind of clout. But okay, Chris, AMC prediction for tomorrow. Chris thinks it's going to be up 5% and then a slow bleed. So in my experience, I have seen. I don't know. I guess I see a lot of 5% swings on days. I don't know if tomorrow will be our day. It might be down tomorrow. I think it might go up on Wednesday though. But again, just a prediction. What do I know? Could go up tomorrow and then down on Wednesday. But I feel like Wednesday would be pretty good. I'm also kind of hoping for a. What am I hoping for? How do I? And this may be wrong, but remember how we mooned on, wow, AMC's all the way down here. Wow, we looked at a lot of stock today, guys. We kind of mooned on this day, which was a Tuesday. Is this the right one? Yeah, 27th, which was a Tuesday. So no, wait. Which was a Wednesday. Sorry. The 27th, which was a Wednesday of January. This is when we really mooned. And I don't know. I guess I'm hoping for another Wednesday moon. Who knows? AMC is on the SSR, but remember, we've talked about this. Like, I don't know. So the SSR sounds great, but I've never seen anything that was so great. So, my friend got like 20 shares free on Webull and could not cash out for 30 days. Oh, interesting. I think they have to settle or something. I don't know how that works, honestly. SSR in play. Hey, you know what, guys? Don't get me wrong. If AMC does well tomorrow, fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm not gonna bang everything on it. But okay, guys, I'm gonna start heading out. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you haven't already, if you like the stream, you hung out with me the whole time, maybe drop a like. We're almost at 100 likes. That'd be pretty cool. But Eddie, thanks for hanging out, my friend. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you. Beverly, I don't think I've seen your name very much before, but hey, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you're having a good time. But okay, guys, it's so hard for me to say goodbye, but I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna say goodbye, and I will see you guys later. All right, have a good one. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, peace.